In the beginning, there was nothing. And then there was the Drunken Peasants Podcast.
I gotta get a witness. No!
Say, man, you got a joint? No, not on me, man.
I don't have facts to back this up.
It'd be a lot cooler if you did.
That's true. Sometimes I cry.
Oh! Lick my butthole, he laughed.
From the strangest corners of the internet, here to bring you opinions of the world from an altered perspective. Here are your hosts, the Drunken Peasants.
Guava, y'all! Welcome to the Drunken Peasants episode 1063. Back again, doing it live. 30% of the way to our goal, practically. I did an IRL stream last night, got a little bit closer to the goal. Everyone give the stream a like, remind people that we're here. And we'll get into the content in a few moments here, but we have to remind everyone, last month, Lord Magic is here, made a promise that he is going to fulfill today. We've set up a little game, and I'm going to let him explain it to you, the people.
All right, so last time that I was on, I promised that if we got to halfway on the goal, I would drink a fucking King Cobra style drink combo.
Yeah. And
we made it with some change on top. So I looked at the comments for that video and I pulled some ingredients for it, in which I will share with you right now. We got this Yingling that went into this.
And that's a good beer. That's not Bud Light.
Yeah. But to be fair, somebody did specifically request that one, so I decided to pick that one.
Sure.
I could not find a proper Rockstar for this, so I used a Java Monster one.
That's satanic, by the way. Rockstar. We saw the thing before.
This was the most appropriate liquor I had to put into this, so this nice vanilla vodka. And no fucking Cobra combo would be complete without fucking Mountain Dew in it.
Mountain Dew.
God.
Mountain Dew.
That looks absolutely disgusting.
Yeah,
well, it is. And so here's the deal. In this cup, I have this fucking nasty King Cobra thing.
It looks like sewage.
It really does.
Yeah.
And in this hand, I have this nice, wonderful strawberry daiquiri. So what we're going to do today is we're going to play a little game called Heaven or Hell, where you send in 9/11 and you can decide whether I should go to heaven or I'm drinking from this one and going to hell.
So send in a Streamlabs dono of $9.11 or more, and somewhere in your message include the word heaven or hell. If you say heaven, he'll drink the good stuff that he actually enjoys drinking. If you say hell, he'll drink the Cobe-style drink combo.
Yeah.
Yep.
If you say hell, he'll be a sexy goth bad boy.
Yeah, if it has the word heaven or hell, it can't have both, though. It has to have one or the other for it to count.
And if you say heaven, he'll be a slutty, I don't know, sorority girl who drinks that shit.
Pick the daiquiri. This is the good one. Pick this one, please.
Pick hell.
Yeah, please pick hell. And we also have have Dusty the Cockatiel here joining us also, and Dusty will be chiming in from time to time. So
I did promise that I would drink it no matter what, so I will try this now, and I can
give it a shot.
Send the soulless.
Oh. Okay, so you already have. So you got two drinks now. There's the one.
Oh, that's gross.
Dude, I heard his throat clench. Like
fucking nasty. Do you have to see what this shit looks like?
Oh God!
It did not mix well.
It's like a root beer float.
It looks like a root beer float. Oh my God! Look at him straining.
But it's more like a floater in a toilet that won't flush.
And we'll get.
The fucking vanilla and like the Java from this like is not terribly great in this.
No, I bet you it's
Not with
it's
the Mountain
horrible.
Dew.
So we're gonna.
yeah.
Oh man!
Oh hell yeah!
Here we go. We're gonna get the show moving. He'll do his drink, and then we're gonna play the intro for the next segment. Here we go. And I love it because Ghazi's actually featured in this intro too.
You gonna touch me, DP?
I learned who DP is doing my research.
Your due diligence.
Yeah, I did some research here. We're gonna go through the Ghazi history, like an abridged history of Ghazi, leading up to the events that transpired 2 days ago and where we are with it now. We'll do a deep dive, really quick here, a quick deep dive throughout the history of Ghazi. Now, a lot of you people may not know, some of you might know that Ghazi used to be known as SMILETONE originally on the internet. And SMILETONE tried to make it as a legit influencer.
I remember some old stuff of Ghazi that was like really weirdo, fake, goofball shit.
We're going to watch some of it. The first thing I'm going to show you is that Ghazi did like tech review stuff for a little while for this. The only reason this video still exists is because it wasn't on Ghazi's channel. It's something he did for another website at this point, and this is when he was known as SMILETONE.
Yeah. If you're not familiar with Ghazi, this is a fucking trip. Like, this guy is just off his rocker.
Your Android news source. Yeah, this is old, too. Look.
Hey, y'all, it's me, SMILETONE, and today we're going to talk about... What we're going to talk about? We're going to talk about Steve Jobs, and I'm going to tell you why I hate him.
Okay, I don't think he's... When I first watched this, I'm like, oh, he's going to say hates him because he's white, right? But this is before that. And look, his like the stuff behind him in his background, he just seems like a much more fun person.
Marcus.
Oh, gonna give you hell, gonna give you hell, gonna give you hell.
Reason number one is he's a modern day Wizard of Oz, okay? He promises you guys that he has all the answers and all the best technology, but behind all that smoke and mirrors, he's nothing but an idiot selling to idiots. He comes on the stage, right, with his whitewashed jeans and his black turtleneck. He goes, you guys, guess what? This is video chat for the iPhone. And where I got this idea from is, as a child, I used to watch Star Trek and Star Wars, and that's where this came from. Steve Jobs, you weren't watching Star Trek. You're watching the review of the HTC Evo 4G Android phone. But thanks for trying. Another way how he is the modern...
Okay, so he's... I get it. He's like Android-centric. And he's attacking Steve Jobs, who may have been alive still at this point, I believe. So this is pretty old stuff. Look, he's got Adam West era Batman back there, and it's like a white person. You got Michael Jackson, the whitest black person ever.
They say Adam West Batman is the gayest Batman of all the Batman. But I heard he slept with tons of women.
Yeah, he did. Adam West, for sure.
Hey, Wizard of Oz is he makes you idiots forget how to use your common sense. He's like, you guys, guess what? The iPhone 4 is the first phone to use the antenna that's built into the structure. And then y'all go crazy. Like y'all have been wanting an antenna built in the structure since you were born or something. Let's back...
It was annoying when cell phones used to have those antennas you had to like pull out and they'd break.
Yeah.
And then your phone would not work. Like, I worked in cell phone tech support, like, a year before smartphones were a thing, and those little flip phones with the antennas you'd pull out, if that antenna broke, your phone was like done. That skinny little micro antenna.
There were so many other different ways to break phones back in the day than there are now. Now it's usually just like the screen, or you dropped it in a toilet.
The screens are way more resilient now than they were even like 5 years ago, and they're usually water resistant.
Yeah.
Like you could full on submerge a lot of phones and they'll still work.
Yeah.
I remember having to... Do you have rice? Put it in a bag of rice. I remember when I would do that in tech support.
No, this shit
multiple times.
really doesn't work.
The rice works.
It doesn't really. Like, it just
really
kind of lets
does.
it dry out at the speed of regular drying out.
And think, I wonder why other phones never used an antenna built into the phone structure. Maybe that's why there's so many videos on YouTube displaying how their reception for the iPhone 4 does not exist. You guys, guess what?
What?
The iPhone 4, it's made out of glass, it's expensive, you'll be taking it everywhere, and guess what else?
What
it's
else?
The thinnest smartphone in the world.
What?
It was at the time.
Let's sit down, okay? Let's get off of Steve Jobs' balls and let's use our common
What if I
sense.
don't want to?
It's expensive. It's made out of glass.
Yeah, it was Corning Gorilla Glass. It was like a special kind of glass manufactured by the Corning Glass Company. It was supposed to be like really resilient for the time. This was a long time ago.
He went from Corning Gorilla Glass to Corning Gorilla Ass.
Well, they started making it so you could like apply it to other phones then too, didn't they? Like kind of a layer, some kind of like screen protector stuff on it.
I don't remember. I just know like at the time I was working in the business and I remember hearing all this shit from back then. This is like 11, 12 years ago.
We will be taking this phone everywhere, and it's the thinnest smartphone in history.
In history.
Now, I'm not even going to finish that for you. Just add those all up. They shouldn't be going together. I'm not even going to tell you why those things are bad, okay?
Okay,
Because if you
thank
don't know,
you.
then you're an idiot and you deserve to spend a lot of money, buy that phone, and be an idiot when you drop it.
He's always been super militant about whatever he's into, but I wish he would have just stayed like a member of the cult of Android instead of becoming a black nationalist separationist. Ghazi became such a separationist, and we'll get to it later, that he was so far, like so extreme, that when you get to a certain part of extreme, the people on the opposite other side become your allies. So he was teaming up with the Proud Boys because, it's like, well, I don't want to live with you. I don't want to live with you either. So we're basically on the same side.
Bring the world together.
Yeah.
It might be the one thing I agree with him on. I am an Android person myself. I like having control over my phone and being able to do whatever I want with it.
I prefer Android. I've always had one. I've worked with iPhones before, but I just like Android better.
The number 2 reason why SMILETONE hates Steve Jobs is he gives birth to the stupidest fanboys in technology history.
What, I thought you said you liked Android. Oh.
Let me set something straight for you fanboys out there, okay? While I'm having a personal conversation with my friend about Android, that does not give you the right to come over, yell at me about iPhone, and put this crazy jihad all over me about how Apple is better than Android. I don't need that jihad. I don't need that jihad, okay, fanboys?
Is that why Ghazi has gone against the elite? It's all because the elite are the people that can afford iPhones, and so he's sided with the poor, the downtrodden, that have Android.
He's the common man.
And this is the progression from being a common man Android user against the iPhone elite, and then you become a person of how do you explain him? Like, what do you explain Gazi Kodzo? It's hard for me to. Is he just a revolutionary?
He was a separationist. He was
okay,
and we'll get to it later. But yeah, his organization, the Black Hammer, which we're going to follow his progression to ending up taking over that organization. They bought a bunch of land out in the high desert in southern Colorado, and they were going to turn it into an all-black ethno state.
First of all, when you jump in front of me, that gives me the right to cut you. And let me set the record straight for you fanboys, okay? Apple is not ahead of the curve when it comes to phones. Android already has 3 phones out that are better than the iPhone 4. First, the Evo 4G. Second, the Droid X. Third, the Droid Incredible. So, yeah, not ahead of the curve. I will
thought you
never
said 4
have the need
phones.
to download every app available on Apple. And I can't. With the space that's available to me, I cannot download all of them. So why does that interest me? And just to let you know, all the usable and ingenious applications that Apple has, Android has better. Just like your wonderful video chat. You know, the video chat the iPhone 4 can only use iPhone 4 to iPhone 4. Yeah, Android has that same thing. But guess what? You don't have to have the same phone. You don't even have to have a phone. You can use your computer to an Android phone and have video chat. Okay? So,
All right.
yeah.
This doesn't really have a lot of interest other than like the initial shock.
I'm going to show.
Yeah.
Just
I mean, he should have kept doing this content. This was way better.
Yeah. Here's one more. Just to show you a couple minutes of this, and we'll move on to the next stage of his transformation.
This is y'all, it's me, SMILETONE, and today
setting the stage for something crazy.
He's got a Sesame Street shirt.
It's actually a tight fucking shirt.
It's this new phone that Microsoft just put out, and reports are showing that it only sold 500 units. Now that's really, really bad, you guys. Now I'm sure you heard about the
Microsoft was putting out Windows phones for a while, and they were trash, and that's why they forced Windows 8 on everybody, because Windows 8 was designed to be a mobile operating system, because they were really trying to get into that market, and everyone hated it, and they just they let everyone upgrade to Windows 10 because Windows 8 was so bad.
I wonder how many people had a Zune. Remember the Zune, Microsoft music player, the Zune?
Yeah, it's the Microsoft version of the iPod.
Yeah, I wonder how many people had a Zune versus how many people went out and bought a Zune. Because they were giving those things away like crazy to try and get people to buy them.
It kind of had like a little bit of a cult following to it. Like even today,
I remember
there's still people that swear it's like, oh yeah, Zune fucking nation.
And because it's been like everywhere. It's been like on TV, radio, everywhere. Like I was watching The Hills, and there's like this little banner like, if you have a Ken, tweet right now about how you feel about Heidi's facelift. And then you'll go on like Bravo, Real Housewives, and then they'll be like, tweet right now, what do you think about Teresa?
This is some serious white people shows you're watching, Ghazi. The Hills? Come on.
Dusty, you're a beautiful bird.
Flip in a chair. On your Ken, though. Tweet it on your Ken. And I'm like, okay, gosh, why are they pushing the Ken so hard?
Honest Red said Zune was Sony. Pretty sure it was Microsoft Zune, Honest Red. Maybe you are honest. You're just terribly stupid.
Show being advertised, it was so tacky, you guys. So, I watched this show called Pretty Little Liars. Do you guys watch Pretty Little Liars? It's a really cool show. So,
Ghazi just loved his white people shows. Here's one last thing. We've seen a little bit of this before, but I just want to hammer this home. Here's a collab, an influencer collab video he did when he was still SMILETONE.
This is the one that we watched before?
Yeah, a little bit of it. Just to show you.
Oh, God.
With the two white girls.
Say, where the wing.
And you know what this is? This is common white girl tag is what this video is. And they do this like quiz. And one of the questions is, are you racist? And Ghazi is most definitely racist.
Girls, and this is SMILETONE.
Okay.
Let's start over.
Okay. Hey guys, what's up? Okay.
Sorry.
Hey guys, what's up? We're the Wing Girls, as you know, and we've got a special guest today. It's SMILETONE.
Hey y'all.
He's doing a video with some cave Beckys, some blue cheese cave Beckys.
Oh my God.
Cute.
You know what though? Being this close to these two girls, I might start hating white people too.
Yeah,
they're a little much. I don't know if they're white. I can't even tell if they're white. Are they white?
Like
yes, they are white.
Or some kind of natural disaster. What's it called, SMILETONE?
The common white girl tag.
Yeah. SMILETONE.
I saw this on Gregory Gorgeous' channel because
he's got some Hello Kitty glasses.
Yeah, his style, I remember watching this before, the Britney Spears shirt. His style was fucking on point.
He always has the bandana tied around his neck.
Yeah, once he started hating white people, he gave up on a lot of their cool fucking style that he had appropriated for himself.
Yeah, he started dressing like a revolutionary.
Yeah, because this was cool. SMILETONE had
I'm a SMILETONE fan.
I'm not a SMILETONE fan, but I appreciate
fan.
SMILETONE
I
style.
stand SMILETONE.
I call him Style
Free
Simone.
SMILETONE!
Free SMILETONE!
and so I thought this would be fun for us to do. So let's get this party started.
I know.
Oh.
Okay, I'll read the first one. Favorite Starbucks drink?
Well, for me it depends, but currently my favorite Starbucks drink is a grande iced soy latte with extra ice and 1 pump that sugar-free vanilla.
This is probably the whitest thing Ghazi's ever done.
Like everybody knows it's the mocha frappuccino. Come on, that's just easy.
As far as content goes, anyway.
Oh my goodness. I didn't know that the syrup had fat in it.
I think I messed up.
Next question. How long does it take you to get ready in the morning? Oh my God. I know I'm a boy, and people are like, oh, boys just take like
really short or whatever. It takes me 2 hours, okay?
What? You don't even have hair!
I know, right?
Get over it!
Whoa.
Is it just 2 hours of like fapping? Like
She touched his hair.
Yeah.
It takes 2 hours. It's barely even morning by the time you leave the house.
This is what made Ghazi racist against white people. It was this.
This was the
This
incident.
video. He was
the
like,
inciting
you know what?
incident.
You know what? I don't like white people anymore. And then he went off on his tirade.
Okay, so here's a little transition into when he first joined. It was like a black communist movement. I can't remember the name of it, but it was the first group, like radical group, that he joined.
Aquavi, y'all. So I'm making a self-criticism today, and that's why I'm at this semi-formal setting right now, because I'm making a self-criticism. Self-criticisms are very important with African People's Socialist Party. That is why I'm using the African People's Socialist Party flag today. The self-criticism that I'm making is that recently I made a post that said, when was the last time you've seen Latinos give African people a platform, because we're always giving them platforms and stuff like that. And that stemmed from colonialism. And I wanted to make this a public self-criticism because colonialism pits colonized people against each other, right? Divide and conquer is the Europeans' rule, right?
Europeans. That's kind of clever. I will say that is kind of clever.
But if it was actually the European peons, that would be punching down. They're peons. They're essentially what's a peon? Is it less than a peasant?
He's grouping them all together. If you're from Europe or European ancestry, you're a European. And he categorizes us by skin tone. Like, there's a ton of white people in America that have never been to Europe, and the only connection they have is their ancestors came from there. But Ghazi's like stuck very far in the past.
Earlier, when Honest Red said Zune was made by Sony, I was very mean to Honest Red in my response, and I thought it would get Honest Red to talk a bunch of shit in the chat, but Honest Red hasn't posted since then, and I hope he's doing okay.
He just said European.
Shit. Is the Neanderthals' Tom's main rule. Right? That's how they have basically taken over the world through colonialism, is dividing and conquering. And as colonized nations of the indigenous people, which we call Mexicans or Latinos, and the African people, they use that to pit us against each other. So we both have, there's anti-blackness and anti-indigenous peopleness in the African community, and the same goes for in the Latino community, right? Because we do have these negative views of each other, but who taught us those negative views, right? And who benefits off of us fighting each other? So through revolution, it's all about getting the many to fight the few, right? Let me tell you a story. An African man walks up to a white man and says, I'm gonna have a revolution.
This one isn't as flaming, like, it's not like as heated. I'm gonna go to a different one. This next one, he basically says all interracial relationships are rape if, like, the one person's a white person and the other person's a black person, no matter what the circumstances are.
Is that one of his charges he got?
We'll get to that.
He's drinking a cup of
Now,
piss. Cobra cocktail.
Let's talk about
It's unsettling my
culture.
stomach as we speak.
Now, this is where it gets deep. Aquabi, y'all.
Aquabi, y'all.
A lot of people always ask me, Ghazi, what do you think about interracial relationships and all these kinds of things and da-da-da. Let's talk about black rape culture. Okay. I'm an African internationalist, so I see the world as understanding that this entire world around me is built off of colonialism.
I don't believe Ghazi's ever been to Africa. I don't.
Yeah, I was just gonna ask that. Like,
and there are multiple countries in Africa that would put Ghazi to death for being gay. So that's something to keep in mind.
And parasitic capitalism in the form of white power, right? And we're about to go there. Tag your interracial friends. Tag your friends that are dating white people. Okay, so I'm an African internationalist, meaning that I'm a materialist, and I understand that this entire base of our reality is built off of colonialism, the attack on Africa, right?
If you're gonna spew into this.
Oh, you didn't say heaven or hell.
I guess we'll.
What are we gonna do?
Well, you did say spew. You should have said heaven or hell, but I would think it's a hell.
You get a pass this time, but that means I don't get one.
Yeah, sorry, Magicus. Drink your scum water.
In prison, with that being said, in prison, if a correctional officer...
So he compares a prison guard having a relationship with an inmate to a white person dating a black person.
That's interesting.
It is it's batshit crazy. Like when you're a prisoner, you can't choose to leave. You're stuck there. You're like insubordinate, or you're subordinate. Sorry, to a prison guard. Like there's an insane power dynamic. It's actually a crime. It's literally illegal because of the power dynamic of it.
And a prisoner, have sexual relationships. They're not supposed to. A correctional officer is not supposed to have a sexual relationship with a prisoner. Now, if a correctional officer and a prisoner have sex, the correctional officer will be charged with rape.
I don't know. I don't think it's rape. I think it's like a different kind of crime.
I'm not sure what the actual crime is.
I don't think it's
but it's definitely
illegal, like a
illegal.
felony.
It's definitely not consensual. Like there's a lack of consent there. Do you think that's why Donald Trump got the article out in the newspaper about the Central Park Five? Because he wanted to see if they were doing okay after what that white woman did to them.
Even if the prisoner says it was consensual, yeah. Because the prisoner cannot say it was consensual because there's a difference.
Well, there was the one prisoner that remember the like really tall guy. He like had a relationship with like one of the deputies at the prison, and she busted him out.
Yeah,
and then they were like on the run. That was definitely consensual, and she helped because he was like, "Yeah, help me get out."
Well, I mean, it still was.
There was still the power imbalance there.
It's the type of consent that like couldn't be given, right? Like
she wouldn't have given it to her outside of prison.
Power structure. There is an unequal power structure. There is the correctional officer, the prison guard, who's up here, and the prisoner who is down here, right? So the prisoner cannot actually say if they really are in love with the correctional officer because the prisoner is underneath the power structure of the prison guard. So the prisoner can't even trust themselves in saying that they love the prison guard because they're not in equal terms of an equal relationship.
This is the worst analogy you could possibly pick.
Equally see.
That's like saying.
I agree with the principle, like that prison guards should not be fucking the prisoners, but he's making this point in the worst possible way.
It's like saying if somebody has like 2 standard deviations IQ lower than you, that they can't consent to have sex with you.
I cannot unsee his underbite now, too. I noticed it the last time we were watching it.
Yeah, that really bothered me when you pointed it out.
Yeah.
Each other and equally fall in love with each other. Are you following me? Now, I want to talk about consensual, thank you. I want to talk about interracial relationships when it comes to an African and a white person.
You can't call someone who's never even been to Africa African. I'm sorry, that's ridiculous. You can say they have African ancestry, but they're American or they're Jamaican or whatever. They're not African. They've never been to Africa. They don't know what it's like to live in Africa aside from studying it.
You got an African bloodline, though.
Yeah, it's African ancestry.
Like I call myself a Danish Viking.
You're not.
Pretty much am.
You're pretty much wrong.
I don't know about that.
Actually, you know what? I don't know either. Actually, you're totally wrong.
Thank you.
Ellie has never been wrong in his life before.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Thank you, Magicus.
I got you, bro.
Hey, if your passport says American, you're American. Billy's doesn't because he doesn't have a passport, so he's not American.
I'm a Viking. We just go wherever we want. We got ships.
You don't have a ship.
I can get one.
We understand that we live in a world that is built off of white power, and that white people
I'm American,
are up
honest
here
Ed.
with this power.
I'm American.
African people are oppressed every day by this power. African people speak. You cannot say that you love your white partner because you are not on equal playing fields. Would you speak English if it wasn't for the oppression of your white partner? Would you think the way if it wasn't for you going through the school system of your white partner? African people live in a society that tells them every day that white people are smart, white people are beautiful, white people are powerful, white people are superior.
You're also telling them that by saying this. You're saying a black person can't consent to having sex with a white person. What you're saying is saying that white people are superior with this statement.
Right. He's taking agency away from black people. Like, they're unable to make their own decisions.
It's racist against like African Americans because like you're saying that they're too stupid to fucking be able to consent basically, which is just obviously terrible. And it's also like there are no negative stereotypes against like about white people being dumb. Like, have you ever fucking heard of rednecks? Like, isn't that kind of an entire thing?
Bogans, chavs.
You better redneckinize.
Every day that is told to us through advertisements, through books, through the school system, through entertainment, through media, through music, through every instance of...
By the way, it doesn't say U.S. national on my passport, honest Red. It says literally American. So, yeah.
Of our life. Through the judicial system, through the employment system, it is telling us that white people are great, white people are powerful. So when you have little African boys who are 12 years old, who are 13 years old saying that they want to be with a white girl, it's probably because they saw Frozen. It's probably because they see all these Disney movies with these beautiful white princesses, because they see these cartoons with these beautiful white girls, because they play a video game of Mario chasing and trying to save a white blonde girl.
Yes, like me growing up, I listened to Tupac, and I wanted to be a rapper.
I mean... In
Whoa,
fairness,
this is a great
like,
screen grab.
Media historically has not done a good job with portraying minorities, but like, it's gotten a lot better, especially in the last like 10, 20 years. You see a lot more representation of that now, so I don't know if his point still really holds up as much today.
By the way, honest Red, I don't know why you'd want to be called American. The term American was coined after Europeans colonized the United States.
Well, that's why Honest Red actually calls us Honest Red, because it's short for Honest Redneck.
So, then also, this white person has resources over the African. So the African becomes dependent on this white person. Even if the African, let's say, is a basketball player and the white girl is some waitress, the white girl has access to the police force, access to the state, access to employment, access to spaces of society where she is deemed dominant. And when this African man is with this white girl, white society looks at him like, oh, he's a tame nigga because he has a white woman. So there's benefits of being with.
I don't think most people would assume that.
A white woman, even if she's poorer than the African man. If they are pulled over and the police officer sees, oh, this is an African girl, but she has a white husband, sitting right there, she's good. So, I wanted to say all of that to say the power structure is completely different right now when it comes to living in the colonialism. White people are up here, African people are down here. You can't even say you love...
this video was probably made when Obama was president, too. Just saying. Like, the most powerful politician in the country was black.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm wondering
not just the country, but the fucking planet at that point.
Yeah.
A white person. You can't say you love your white husband or white wife. You can't say you love your white girlfriend or
Okay, honest Red, you don't have control over what the continent is colloquially known as, but you're telling me that I'm wrong when I call myself an American? Like, you are policing language already. Why not just go all the way?
Honest Red, am I a Viking? Danish Viking?
No.
I'm gonna figure out whether or not Honest Red is right.
That guy, the golden one, that guy looks like a Viking. You do not look anything like him.
Do I have to go into Viking mode?
No.
I don't know if you know this.
You don't have a
Vikings
boat.
are not historically known as sweet boys.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually they are. If you look up the text of all the British had to put a campaign against Vikings because the Vikings would come down and take their women, and the women loved them because they smelled better. Look up the script.
Because you're
they
not
were
in an
sweet
equal,
to
you
the
don't live in an
taste.
equal world. You don't have an equal relationship.
And mind.
You live in a world that tells you every day that white people are superior. You live in a world that tells you every day that you as an African ain't shit. So I'm sorry to tell you, when it comes to African internationalism, when it comes to the way I see interracial relationships, when it comes to an African and a white person being together, it's rape. It's flat out rape. Because it's coercive. Because it is coercive. And that is the hard.
I'm wondering if maybe this is just his covert way of making sure his followers aren't race mixing. He's like shaming them out of it. Like, you know what? You're probably being raped. You probably are.
But didn't he bring in a bunch of white people that he was with?
Not like sexually. He was like like they were like subservient to him. They were paying their own reparations.
Form of rape, because you don't
if
even know.
we're going to accept this argument about, like, you know, people in positions of power, you know, if they're raping anybody that's beneath them on this totem pole, does that also mean that, like, rich people can't fucking date poor people because they just can't consent because of the amount of power difference between them? Could you, like, calculate to the exact dollar, like, the difference in yearly income that you have to be within in order to consent?
Yes, you should have to. You also shouldn't allow smart people with dumb people. You shouldn't allow hot people with ugly people. I mean, these are all privileges.
Well, like, no one has, like, fucking Elon Musk. Like, he could never date anybody because his net worth is just, like, so disproportionate compared to everybody else. And he is not really good looking. I saw a picture of him with his shirt off. He's not looking too good, but he always has an attractive woman with him. And he's, like, has all these, like, secret children popping up out of the woodwork. So that's definitely not the way it is, you know?
Yeah, because he's a colonizing rapist is what we're hearing right now.
Oh, damn.
You don't want it. You don't even know you don't want it. You don't even know you don't want it.
All right, so you don't even know you don't want it. I'm going to tell you what you do and don't want. I'm taking agency away from you. He becomes a cult of personality, and eventually he gets his own cult. And we'll get to that in a minute here.
He said, all my life, they've been telling me white people are better than me.
Does this mean that since men have more power than women, all straight relationships are grape?
Uh-oh.
Yes. That's what that means.
Is this a heaven or hell? Come on,
Three Ways to Play said hell earlier. I assume...
Pick the daiquiri. Come on.
No one wants you to drink that.
I assume it's hell again. But Ghazi earlier said that all their life that Ghazi was told white people were better than them, and now he's saying you can't have consensual sex with white people because they're better than you?
I don't hear
is that what he's saying?
People might, like, there are certain people that might signal that.
That magic is you drank too late.
Fuck,
It was a heaven.
Okay, you know what? That's okay. We can crack open the daiquiri.
You botched that one, Magic.
Nobody that anyone is taking seriously is like flat out saying that like white people are better than black people.
But I'm saying what Ghazi's saying with his own words here.
I know.
Like it's, I feel like
does he watch Nick Fuentes or something? Like,
I feel like it's a straight up contradiction.
Yeah,
but I don't know if I'm missing something.
No, you're catching it all.
Is he drinking the Kool-Aid?
He's a walking contradiction. Here's him. You know what? He's a Holocaust denier also, and he called Anne Frank like a bitchy Karen. It's like, what?
That might be true.
What? Yeah, all that complaining while she was hiding in a closet from the Nazis for multiple years. Hold on, I'll skip ahead.
My people, a lot of my African people really do give a fuck because, you know, the schools have brainwashed us to really, really care about our oppressors. So if you see anybody going off on an oppressor, you're going to attack them. So here we go.
The name of this stream is I'm Anti-Semitic.
A long, long time ago in Twitterland, like a year ago, I was watching this thing on the news with the Prime Minister of Israel saying how they were basically defending all of the murders that they were doing. Y'all remember last summer was like a horrible summer for Palestine, and you saw Palestinians.
Yeah, he's like pro Palestine and just basically like.
That's fair. I'm like pro Palestine.
Well, he hates Jews so much that he's okay with like Islamic terrorism too.
Wasn't he calling for terrorism against America in a lot of his videos? Like,
in a way,
it's at least it was positioned like he was pro terrorism against the American system.
Yeah. This is a live stream. I think it's a little slow moving, so I'm gonna get to the next one here. This is a little foreshadowing because this is the first time these two guys talk to each other, and then later on we'll get to the second time.
Do you want to start with a question, or can Matt start with a question? What would you be most comfortable with?
I don't know. Who are you people? Which one's Matt?
This is Matt above me. Matt's wearing the little boy's shirt that a 4-year-old would wear.
You always have to get something about what I'm wearing. 5% of all wealth prior to the Civil War, and obviously there was never a slave in the North. So only
he was a sweet boy and let Magicus have a taste of heaven.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, Shine Swill and Steve.
So he argues with Gavin here, and Gavin's little buddy here. I disagree with almost everything that's said on this, both what Ghazi's saying and what they're saying. It's crazy because it's just two extremes. But later on, they get together. So COVID happened while Ghazi was part of when he first joined the Black Hammers, because this is kind of like the end of Ghazi being part of that communist organization that he was in. And this is hilarious. He addressed the Black Hammers. It was he addressed his cult essentially. And by the way, I found that there was a bunch of people that quit the Black Hammer organization when he took over because they think he's a fraud and a scammer and a cult
Seems
leader.
like it.
Black Power. My name is Gazi Kodzo, and I am the Commander-in-Chief of the Black Hammer organization. Now,
How big was the organization before Ghazi took it over?
I don't know.
Yeah,
I think it shrank though
I thought
to
it was something that was made up.
No, it had like chapters and everything in different cities.
Goodness.
I think it shrunk to the size of like the people that were living in that house, and I think he was just recruiting homeless people for a while there. It was almost like a Tiger King situation.
Oh.
Joe Exotic would he had a person that worked at the gas station near the bus stop, and when he would see someone like a person that looked like they were homeless sitting there, they'd call him up and he'd show up and offer them work.
I'm making a video with a mask because we are going to be discussing COVID-19. This video is a state of address of COVID-19 and the plans of Black
And then eventually he ended up going like anti-vaxxer and shit.
Hammer organization.
He did.
And the release of our new program, Operation The Dawn of Black Hammer. But for
So in this video, he kind of makes the point that like, yeah, those whiteys have been crippled by this virus. Now's the time to strike, is basically what he says here.
In colonized poor working class people, we can make COVID-19 outbreak into our solution. Like we have done so many
It's a final solution, you might say.
times. We have made the muck.
It's a viral
the disasters,
solution.
The attacks that white power has put African and
I
colonized
don't
people
know
through.
this for a
And we-
fact, but like, didn't COVID disproportionately affect like minorities because they tended to affect like poorer communities who couldn't really deal with it as well as like, or insulate
I don't
from it
know.
as well as like wealthy.
I'd have to look and see, but I think
I would think so.
Right.
Like it was also really bad in prisons, which are also like disproportionately filled by minorities. So like I would think that it hurts black people more than it helps them.
Have turned it into our solution. COVID-19 has rocked white power to its very core. The economic system
The fuck
of white
is on
power
that table
from
down
Europe
there?
It's like an atomizer for essential oils is what I think it is.
Okay.
It's either that or like a humidifier.
to Australia, to Canada, to the United Snakes of America.
The United Snakes of America.
You know what? I don't disagree with that part. Like that, yeah, I fucking hate like a lot of the United States stuff too. It just, I don't know about the rest of what he's about to say.
All crumbling down. But it is not just being done because of this virus. COVID-19 is just the last straw on the camel's back. But all those other straws was us breaking down white power, little bit by little bit.
All those straws over there in that haystack, it was a big deal what you guys did. But the last straw, COVID-19, it's kind of like the needle in the haystack.
Yeah.
We found it, guys. We got it.
Rebellions from Mike Brown from Ferguson, from the rebellions to Baltimore from Freddie Gray, from the rebellions and resistance of the Palestinian people, from the rebellion and resistance of the people in Chile, from the rebellion and the resistance of the people of Afghanistan, Iraq, Iran, and Syria. From
This outfit looks kind of cool.
It's not as good as his old stuff.
I was gonna say nothing beats that. The Britney outfit was tight. The outfit with the Sesame Street shirt was really tight.
It looks like he's LARPing as Che Guevara. Seriously.
Of indigenous people on the pipeline in North Dakota.
And then his whole Joker get up. I thought about playing that, but we've already seen that too many times. But that was just cringy as hell. We've already seen the Jesse Lee Peterson thing too many times too, so I didn't put that in the playlist. But all of that stuff. Actually, that was the one win for Ghazi, the JLP thing. That was like the one time I was like, yeah, Ghazi, yeah, you got him. You got him there.
From the
Even a blind squirrel finds a nut once in a while.
Do you like black people?
Of indigenous people in Canada. We, African and colonized people around the world, are the reason white power is falling today, my people. We about to be free. And it's now
we about to be free.
Our time to turn our problem into their problem and their problem into our solution. The goal of Operation
didn't this guy want to start his own Wakanda but ended up turning into Jonestown? We'll get to that.
Yeah, Waco Conda is what we were calling it.
Kind of, yeah.
Dawn of the Black Hammer is very simple. To keep poor working class African and colonized people alive and to make sure that this virus does not wreak havoc on us.
I have some bad news for you about that.
That the white power systems, although they are failing, are only going to move to protect white people from this.
That's not what happened. What
They
happened
moved to
was
protect rich people.
they created a vaccine and gave it away for free, and then this motherfucker was telling everybody
Funny
not to
how
get
he's
it.
Cosplaying Coney seems like a conflict of interests.
Coney? I thought it was more of a Che Guevara. I was doing everything I could earlier not to make a joke when you brought up Che Guevara because I think it's racist. So
Probably.
I didn't want to say
They
it.
did
But
it with
that being said, we got two people who are saying Waco Conda and
Waco
then
Conda.
other people who are saying it's Woko.
Woko.
What do we
Woko
like
the
better?
clown.
Yeah, we liked Woko last week as well. What did we like of last episode? What did we like better though, Woko or
Woko the
Waco
clown?
Conda? I would like to coin this.
Cobra retreat.
HIV and AIDS. They did it with Ebola.
Okay, Ebola happened in Africa, and there was a huge AIDS epidemic in Africa also. So
And they will do it with COVID-19. It's time to save ourselves, and it's time to build ourselves. This is...
And when we get to the actual events that led up to the cops showing up at their home a couple days ago, it's pretty crazy what was going on.
The new normal. And the faster you get used to the new normal and adapt to the new normal, the better your chances are at surviving.
So he did this. He actually did like a series, like, here's like how to leave your home during COVID-19. He was trying to cash in.
So let's talk about how I leave the house during this coronavirus. First things first.
Coronavirus.
My feet, y'all. Y'all
See, he was still trying to be like an influencer. That was his dream.
It's so cute.
And he thought getting into political extremism would give him an edge, like a new market, you know?
That color, that's Dragon Ball Z. Boom, got my shoes on. $9 at Walmart. Baloo. Ooh, I need more layers to protect.
It's a fashion haul.
Protect me from that COVID-19.
It is.
Bam. Got my hoodie on to protect my hair.
Hair.
And I got this nice little cute one piece, very militante, very militant.
Oh my
If you don't have a
God.
one piece like me and Beyonce, then get you a jacket.
I like the posturing of the Lysol and the bleach and all the videos, like on top of everything else. You're just over here showing off. Yeah, you know, I got bleach and Lysol and everything. I'm really into this COVID thing. And then a couple months later, it's like, okay, y'all don't take this vaccine. What? And then this is so performative. Magicus, what'd you do when you left the house for COVID?
I didn't. Like, I tried my best to not leave during the fucking lockdowns unless it was absolutely necessary. But, like, I would wear a mask and sometimes I'd wear gloves if I was going out, so...
Yeah, I had some gloves and a mask and everything. I think it was good to be careful back then. Looking back on it now, though, if we all would have just started coughing at once, nobody would be here. The Earth might be better off without us.
It still might be the case.
Whoa!
I'm Metal Monkey.
Member, we don't get a lot of members,
What
but we're
up?
thankful for all of them. Yeah, I think over compensating for it at first was a good idea because we didn't know how powerful the virus was, you know?
To be fair, if everybody had cooperated and we all did overcompensate for it, it might not have been nearly as bad. The problem is there was like 40 to 50% of people who just were fucking adamantly opposed to any fucking cooperation whatsoever. It's like that helped drag it out.
Jacket, layers, y'all. Yes. I'm ready to do what I need to do. Oh no, the air is contaminated. People be sneezing and all kinds of nasty stuff, y'all. So it's time to cover up my la boca, or for you un-Spanish people, my mouth.
My
so I
la
go into my little
boca?
container where I have everything, and boom, I got my mask. That is it.
I put my mask on because Ben's going through COVID right now.
N95 or 3M mask.
COVID did not make me sneeze.
Y'all. Boom, I'm like a ninja.
Oh, that's my punchline.
Okay, ain't no corona coming for me. I'm super strong, super ready to fight.
It's a good
Y'all got
mask.
time.
I like it.
Is it a Scott Henson mask?
No, I bought it at a
It looks
gas
like something
station.
he would wear.
Look,
It does. It's
my
cute.
hands. Can't let the coronavirus get on my pretty little paws.
Pretty little paws.
Time to go back into my handy dandy little uncontaminated
All right, so yeah, he made like a whole series of these. There's
Gotta
a bunch
cover
of
up
them.
my la boca, y'all. For you non-Spanish speaking people, that means my mouth.
So this is when he went back on Gavin's show. So he had his little falling out with Antifa, and that's what the whole Joker video was. That was him talking trash to Antifa, because Antifa wouldn't even associate with him because he was anti-vax and crazy, like a cult leader. I don't know.
Yeah.
What were you arrested for?
Girl. Hey, Amika.
So now he's buddies.
Look at the bottom. Jeffrey Epstein, 1488.
He teamed up with the Proud Boys and shit. It was something else.
Hey, Gavin. Hey, son.
I knew this Annika girl for like over 10 years. We used to hang out back even before Battle Cam existed. This girl here on the corner.
Oh, Annika?
Yeah. I've known her for like over 10 years. I didn't even know she was doing stuff like this.
Yeah.
Your side. Gavin. I think
Can I
you're
just
wrong
first,
to
I got two
arrest
things I can say real quick. Gavin, first, I'm proud of you, son. I'm proud of what you have built. I'm proud of the work you have done. I know it's not easy being a leader, especially against this this Fauci empire, this Dementia Joe empire.
Well,
This
you were
big-
there from day one. We say UHURU because of you.
I know, and I'm so.
He's like, we were mocking you, and now you're here on our show.
Yeah. It's like you couldn't find two more diametrically opposed people if you fucking tried. Like, it's actually wild that we're seeing this.
Whew, God has showed me why he allowed Joe Biden to steal the election. And it was it's for real. It was for my people to understand something I've understood for a very mother effing long time. And they're gonna cuss. But black and brown people, listen to me. Specifically working class, poor, hood, black and brown people. We have, objectively, if you take your emotions out of it, objectively, we have way more in common with the right than...
Right, because you don't want to live near each other. So you guys have the same goal. You don't want whiteys around, and they don't want the blacks around. So
this is fucking horseshoe theory, like in real life
Yeah.
right now. They both want fucking ethno states, but like for the exact opposite reasons.
Yeah.
How do you think we would live in a society today if the water fountains were still separated, but they were obviously equal?
I don't know. It's you know what? It's so weird because in the last video we didn't get into it much, but the last time he was on his show, they're like, "You're lazy. Get a job. Why do you want the taxpayers to pay your reparations? Get a job. You're lazy." And now they're buddies. You know?
Yeah.
the left, with the Republicans, with the Trumpers.
I can't wait to see Anthony Cumia tell everybody how funny Gazi
Ghazi
Kodzo
is so great. You know what?
You know
he
what?
also smokes cock.
I don't want to say Republicans because we got
I
some
like
rhinos.
Shabby's idea.
I
We
wanna
need to
say
have separate
the real
water
ones.
fountains for fat
And
people.
I'm saying
okay?
this, we're gonna talk
I
a little
want
bit
my
more,
own
but I wanna
fucking water fountain separate from the rest of America.
Yeah, the fat water fountain just sprays out maple syrup all day.
say that.
Magic
my
us.
fucking
You're way
Sprite.
too lucid. Take a trip to heaven.
Oh.
Stronger. Yay.
Baby,
don't
you're
mess up
all
this
that
time.
I want when you're lying here in my arms, finding it hard to believe we're in heaven.
These times are dark. And for somebody like me who have gone a decade dragging white people to have to be forced to come to a situation
Did he
to
say dragging
"Girl,
white people?
unity is needed right now.
Or dragging
Evil
white
has
people?
presented
Okay.
itself. These are serious times.
Ghazi,
And-
I've always wanted to know what happened with you in BLM. Like I remember seeing a video of you and some other black dude on the run.
You want to know the truth?
Yeah.
You want to know the truth?
Yeah.
This, one, the Bible, and
Whoa.
two, pedophilia.
So Ghazi became a Christian?
That was a turn I did not see coming.
Yeah, so BLM rejected him too. So he had to find a new shtick is basically what happened.
But he didn't just say Christianity. That was one.
The Bible.
But that was one reason why. His second reason, and I'm hoping he goes further into it because he said the Bible. He held up the Bible,
And then he said pedophilia.
and he said, yeah, and then when he said that, he didn't hold up anything to tell me it was something else
Back
other
to
than
hell
just
with you,
himself.
Ginger sorcerer.
Back to hell with you, Magicus.
And I mean, there's plenty of people that partake in that do follow the Bible.
It's terrible.
So
Yeah, there's a lot of Gazi files that follow the Bible.
that is most definitely what's up, Tubes.
This is not what's up.
That is most definitely what's up.
Magicus, has your Cobra cocktail festered and curdled any more than when we saw it earlier?
It's settled down a bunch since then. Here, you know what? You can see it. I'll show you.
Not know this, but I'm a victim. Not a victim, a survivor of pedophilia.
So bad.
Of a pedophile.
Oh, so he's saying he was molested.
Oh, damn. So he's taking the opposite stance of Milo Yamalopoulos.
Apparently.
He's taking the more popular stance than saying being molested is bad.
And the left defends pedophiles. viciously.
Pretty sure Milo was on the right.
And when I made a stance against that in my own organization, there was an alleged pedophile in my own organization who targeted a single mother and her kids. And when I kicked him out of the organization, they all attacked me. Because the left, liberals have this weird thing. You can look it up. I ain't lying.
I ain't lying, yo.
They want to make you think.
Is this Antifa or BLM?
Both.
Both. They're basically both NAMBLA. They're just chapters of NAMBLA at this point.
But primarily
NAMBLA. I like how Gavin's like, wow. Like he knows this isn't true. But because... Oh, go ahead.
NAMBLA has the BLM letters in it, and the leftover letters are NAA. And what's at the end of that?
CP!
I'm sorry! I'm sorry!
Oh!
I can't help it!
Oh, dude,
my
mind is blown.
I can't help it!
My mind is so
I can't
blown.
help it!
No!
I'm sorry! It's my genius mind. I can't turn it off.
Is this National Treasure or something? It's like cryptography. We're unlocking my brain. Like I just had an aneurysm.
I wish I could turn it off.
It's like Haley Joel Osment. He doesn't want to see the dead people, but he can't help but see it.
And because the BLM kind of people, because that's what was in my organization. And they say that, oh, pedophilia is it's normal, it's okay, it should be added to the LGBTQ spectrum. I'm not lying. You can look that
Hardly
up.
anybody is saying that. Like, there's a fringe group of people. No one agrees with them. No one's taking them seriously. You'll find weirdos in every corner of the world.
That.
I know. I'm aware.
Another thing is, and then I'll let you ask your questions, but I want to give a shout out and a salute and a.
If Nancy Pelosi was saying it, then I'd be like, whoa, yeah, you're right.
Appreciation to white Trumpers, because white Trumpers bailed me out of jail.
Oh, now we're learning. Because your last appearance with Gavin was totally different than this. It was very heated, and this time you guys are pals now.
I'd be there today.
What were you arrested for?
When I went on Twitter, I saw these leftists, these commies, these socialists, these Antifas, these liberals laugh and say, I hope he dies in there. I hope he gets raped.
He used to be a communist. This is crazy. Like, he did a total turn.
In there. That's what they were saying on Twitter. Now, you can't rape the willing baby. So I saw a lot of mans up in there. And I didn't see one that could rape me. She was willing. Anyways, it's been a while. But I want to say that white Trumpers had me. They got me out of jail.
White Trumpers, they have you? What does that mean?
They had him.
You about to give it up?
They got him out of jail.
About to give up the butt?
They got him out of jail.
Taking my case when liberals did not want to take the case. And a white Trumper media gateway pundit.
I wonder if they're going to bail you out of jail this time. Probably
this is
not.
So weird how
think so.
His ethics flipped because white Trumpers supported him.
It's almost like he has none.
Yeah, it's almost like this was always a grift, and the grift turned where the white MAGAs are more profitable.
He tried to make it as a legit influencer. That didn't work. He tried to be like a tech review guy. That didn't work. So he got into an extreme political movement. Who knows if he legitimately believed in it or not. He ended up quitting that and joining Black Hammer. He ended up taking it over because of his strong personality. And then shit happened, and now he's a Christian, I guess, capitalist. He was talking shit about communists, too.
Yeah. Should we break Gazi Kodzo out of prison and have Ghazi stay with Trumpster Bob? We'll just tell Trumpster Bob that Ghazi is Simone Biles.
You can try it and let me know how it turns out.
Bob probably doesn't have good vision, right?
Told my story while the liberal media turned away. They was there, like their cameras were there, but they didn't want to show that this liberal Democrat Atlanta, who is ran by Obama, is pushing this crap when they're arresting us.
Atlanta's run by Obama? He's the mayor of Atlanta?
Because
We protest against the mandate.
And
not
Obama
the
was a
vaccine
community
itself,
organizer.
but the mandate.
Yeah.
And that we've been protesting against the mandate at the CDC.
Hey, how can you
There was
protest
never-
against the mandate when you yourself love going on mandates?
And by the way, there was never a full-on mandate. Like, they didn't have like a list of people who were vaccinated and if you weren't vaccinated, they'd show up to your house and hold you down and give you a vaccine.
Yeah, it's amazing how more strict it was in places like Italy and Australia, where some guy got arrested for driving 45 minutes to get Kentucky Fried Chicken.
I believe
It's
they're
nuts.
I could have sworn that I read this thing where like the Australian states locked down their borders, and there was actually a few states in Australia that had 0 cases of COVID.
I think New Zealand was like that too. Like they did a really fucking hard lockdown.
New Zealand was
and
really
it
good with
actually
it.
Seemed effective.
Yeah, like they didn't close any state borders here, and you didn't. It was just like if your job was like. If your job was a private business and they wanted to require that, they could. And if you were like a public employee, you had to. And the military. And then they did like if you wanted to go to a restaurant, you had to be vaccinated. Like here in Seattle for like a year, most places were required to verify your vaccination before you could go into their business. But there was no like, oh, if you're caught on the street and you're not vaccinated, you're going to be arrested or anything like that. That definitely didn't happen.
This is what I was saying before. Like, if we had actually like done it properly and like fucking went hard at it the first time, we might have actually succeeded in stopping it from spreading.
They were
but-
very hesitant. And
Yeah,
you know
like-
what? So many other countries got way better financial support from their government. Like Canada had way better financial
Almost
support.
every other country got like the amount we got once. Like they got like upwards of like 2 to 3 times that a month for the entire fucking duration.
Yeah, what the hell? That was ridiculous.
Every Friday with our Trumper brothers and sisters. And we've even getting salutes from some of the Trumper police. I won't say pigs, Trumper police and Trumper.
So now he's he's like a bootlicker now too.
pigs.
Homeland Security, who would even come around and salute what we was doing. And they told the CDC, we not gonna lock them up. They doing the right thing. I said, look at God. You're not gonna let this big farm.
Did Magic is just
No, that was
No,
Dusty
that
the
was-
Bird.
That was Dusty.
Oh no, Dusty.
Oh, it looks like Dusty the Bird. The camera is facing down into the Cobra cocktail. Oh, wait, no, that's bird shit. Same difference.
From a democrat facility, control you. And another thing is that I'm doing this because Georgia has an election coming, and we can't let that mammy sellout Stacey Abrams win.
Honest
She
Red
don't-
says I get more financial support from my reservation than from the U.S. government. Yeah,
I believe that.
the reservation takes care of the people. Like that's been that way for a long time. The U.S. government takes from the people.
Here's so Ghazi was creating Hammer City, and it's not a cool city, MC Hammer themed city like you think.
Oh yeah,
it's
is it a Thor themed city?
No, it's Ghazi's ethno state. They here's a little bit on that. Memeology made a video about it. It was like last year.
An extremist group going by the name of Black Hammer is owning the whites. Boom, boom. They are building their own ethno state, recovering the land stolen by colonizers. Thanks to all you Black Hammer has successfully liberated 200 acres of land to build our city emoji, for colonized people only. Multiracial emojis. We are located high up in the mountains, mountain emoji, 10,000 feet in the air with rich soil. We have 1 lake and 3 rivers on the land.
Yeah, and this was May 3rd, 2021. The music is crazy.
This is an incredible milestone achievement for anti-colonial revolution and would not have been possible without the contribution of colonized people worldwide. Please continue to support us at GoFundMe.com/BuildHammerCity. You can also Cash App Build Hammer City.
Yeah, so it was in the high desert, southern Colorado. It's desert land. There's a lot of clay in the ground too. I wonder if someone like sold them this land without like them really knowing how land is in this geographical region.
One lake and 3 rivers, that's probably not going to last too much longer.
It's all dried up.
You know what? I bet you they didn't
Yeah.
even get sold the land. I bet you somebody donated the land, like and like an estate, like they got from
I'm
their
pretty sure they
grandfather.
did I think that's assuming a lot because they did a GoFundMe and bought the land.
Shit.
So yeah, that is a decent river.
It's a good looking river. They're having fun.
This looks like that could have been one of the rivers at one point, and it just poof.
I wonder
gone.
if any of these people have the skill to build any like serious building. Because I think they were mostly just like homeless
Do they
people.
even realize the legal clusterfuck coming their way?
No, they do not.
Oh yeah, they don't care.
Looks like, yeah, because it's illegal to have your own little ethno state.
And right here it says it looks like they don't seem to care about laws or permits.
Yeah, and you can't build something without a permit. Like how did they think they were gonna get hooked up to the electrical grid and stuff too?
Oh, and they need your money to see it through.
We definitely are working hard to make sure that all our projects are coming into fruition. But we know that the liberation of all colonized people ain't gonna come easy and it ain't gonna come cheap. So we need those funds to keep coming in. We appreciate.
Also heard by some of the people that used to be in the Black Hammer that don't like Ghazi, they said he would like recruit white people and tell them to lie and say that they were Native American to get more people because there's hardly anybody. You saw that was like almost their whole organization right there.
There
in
were
that one
a bunch of
picture.
$5 Native Americans.
Yeah. Elizabeth Warren, Native Americans. I'm like 0.2% Native American.
She said, "Join Black Hammer. You can get in on all this land."
And on your own freaking liberation. So, once again, this is Sergeant Southern Line. The land is here, the land is free, and let's get to it. Land back.
64 grand is nothing to laugh at. I know they were trying for $500,000, but that's a good amount of money. I wonder how high it got, like at its highest.
They also have a thing against Antifa.
Yeah, they hate Antifa. Yes!
I want to see that Adam's apple bounce 4
I want to
times.
see that Adam's apple bounce 4 times.
That's 4 times hell, Magicus.
That's not nice.
No, it's not nice, but you know what it is? It's
hell.
It's time. You want to swallow your guffin muffin before we sip down this sewage?
Why do you do this to me? I'm not talking to the chat.
They
That
love to
one's at
torture
me.
you.
Why do I do this to me?
4 drinks, Magicus.
There's one. Drink combos are most definitely what's up, Tubes. 3 more. There's 2.
Yeah.
2 more.
This is torture.
He's gonna yak everywhere.
Do you think you're
There's
going to
one
vomit,
more.
Magicus?
He gagged a little bit there. 1 more.
Because you're getting the scuzz right now. This is the scum at the bottom of the cup.
This is not nice. No.
It's mud water. There you go.
Oh God. It's terrible.
There you go. Suffer and die.
Hello, Antifa. It's me, Ghazi, the Commander-in-Chief of the Black Hammer Organization. Land back?
He's like dancing around. It's so ridiculous.
I heard
Come
you
on,
had
guys.
some.
I deserve heaven after that. Somebody, the daiquiri, please.
Yeah, give Magicus a daiquiri after he's sitting here drinking a bottle of Kool-Aid. You got punch.
It's a juicy juice. Thank you very
Yeah,
much.
you're using juicy juice to cut the scum.
I heard
Yeah.
you had so nice things to say about my hammers. I heard you had not so nice things to do to one of my members, one of my dear, dear members, an African Filipino mother that you doxed and thought you could get away with it, thought we were going to back down, thought we were going to take it.
This is so goofy.
It's ridiculous. And now with the context of the things that recently happened, this seems even more batshit insane.
That's not going to happen. You messed with the
Well, it's
wrong
nice
one,
to
didn't
know
you?
that we called the Joker arc. It's obvious we see it, but we weren't wrong. It devolved into the worst. Can we please have a BLM versus Antifa versus Black Hammer battle royal?
It fucking smells bad. Oh god.
What smells bad? The drink mixture?
What do you think smells bad?
Here's an update on what ended up happening with Hammer City.
Remember Black Hammer and their Hammer City project?
Okay, Black Hammer organization has been able to liberate 200 acres of land, and we got water sources, you feel me? So we're out here checking.
If you feel me,
It's me, Ghazi, the commander-in-chief of the Black Hammer organization. Land back?
The prancing.
Yeah.
The prancing kills it.
I heard you had some not so nice things to say about me.
There's been an unfortunate development. Deputies responded Monday evening to a trespass report on a property south of Norwood where a group of 8 to 12 people from the Black Hammer organization were camping prior to a property purchase that ultimately did not occur.
Oh.
When deputies arrived, they advised the group of the trespass and they left the area without incident. Deputies found some individuals were legally armed and posing no threat to public safety. There have been no reports that the group has since been seen in the area. The Black Hammer organization states on its website that it is a revolutionary mass organization dedicated towards building a sustainable future for all colonized people worldwide. And I do want to say, this, did they pocket the money?
I have no idea. Good question.
Sounds like it.
Oh, Dad Bud 62 said, "Hey Billy, that's a war prince." My bad. Obviously.
Huh? Look at them trying to build shit here too. It's
Perhaps
ridiculous.
the real Hammer City was all the memes we made along the way. Is this them trying to build Hammer City?
Oh, here's the money.
Have money to spend, make it rain like that.
Oh my God, he did get the frickin' GoFundMe for Hammer City and then did a Make It Rain video.
Oh god.
Wow.
Could you imagine? This is only slightly more offensive than when somebody gets like their baby mama's tax return and does this. This is just cool guy culture now. Let's count money on a shitty webcam.
Here's so now we're getting a little closer to the recent events that occurred. This is from about a couple months ago. This kind of gives us an idea of who was living with him, the environment they were in. So he's having dinner with the people that he lives with. I believe the deceased individual is in this video too.
Huh.
My understanding is that oh God, what was I going to say? Sorry, I got distracted. Is
there audio in the video? Or?
Yeah, well, hold on. They're playing music. I'll deal with it.
We got Jeff Holiday in the chat.
So that guy was a homeless guy that was only 18 years old, as far as I know. So I'll just show you kind of what's in this video. This is kind of like when I IRL stream, I see the pitfall of going into like most public places. I think this person might be the dead person.
Really? That's sad. They look really young.
I think they were 18. I think that's... I could be wrong, though.
Was I the only one to get Papa Shango vibes from Ghazi the Clown?
That's pretty...
Papa Shango.
It's pretty accurate.
Yeah, what's being said here doesn't matter too. It could be any one of the... Actually, I think... I can't remember which... I'll have to look at a picture of him. I have one.
Did Ghazi dress the dog?
Oh, they got stacks of money again.
GoFundMe came in.
I feel like they shouldn't be flashing their fucking stolen GoFundMe money.
I mean...
Can they get in trouble for not using it for whatever they, raised it for?
I'm not sure how GoFundMe works versus Kickstarter.
Yeah, so that's so here's a video that came out like a week ago. It's called "This Is Where They Are Holding My Son," and I think Ghazi refers to like the people under him as his like children, which is fucked up because he was having sex with at least one of them.
Like a mess. I'm gonna look a mess until I get my son back. Hey y'all.
Land back. Free Draco.
Period. So, it is hot in Georgia.
Chet Lemon said there's an article that says the kid killed himself and Ghazi didn't kill him. Yeah, nobody, I think, was accusing
Yeah,
Ghazi
no one
of
has
murder.
said that. But Ghazi's organization says that the police killed him, and we'll get into that too.
So the fight continues to free Draco. Make sure to go to Black Hammer Times to get the information that you need to get to help fight for him, to free him. They are only doing this because of the revolutionary work that he does with Black Hammer. They're doing this because he is an amazing leader. I look crazy. It's the gay show queen in me that'd be like, oh, girl, you look a mess. But
that must be the gay show queen in me too, because when I look like this, I hate fucking being on camera.
it's Mama Bear season. Mama Bear is present, and Mama Bear go have some uneven facial hair. And that's just what it's gonna be. Mama Bear ain't got time to go to the barber. Mama Bear ain't got time to get my hair retwisted. Mama has been
It's funny how he took a video that's supposed to be about his follower that's in jail, but all of a sudden it's all about him and how he looks and all that stuff.
On sleep.
Right.
See, the young ones, they can go through the shits and they're just fine.
You feel drill that AP, go check out Black Hammer Time. You know what I'm saying? Free Draco. The fight continues. You better go hit them posts. You know what I'm saying? Already hitting on live.
All right, give me 1 second here because I want to look. Yeah, you know, the guy in the car with him there. It looks like it's this guy, right?
It does look like him, yeah.
I don't know. Pretty sure that's him.
It does look like him.
Yeah.
Get the phone number to give to them. So we're here at where they're holding him. Let me show y'all. This is the Kitty Prison Metro Juvenile Detention Center.
404.
404.
Juvenile Detention Center. So it's an underage person.
Yeah.
Huh?
635.
635.
He's like recruiting kids
444
into his like militant group.
Yeah.
And this guy's 18, so he's just barely on the other side.
404-635-4400. There y'all go. Screenshot that. All right. And spread that around.
Adrius, it said free Adrius. Was Adrius the kid from the last video?
Nope. That might be it, yeah.
Because he looked under 18.
Yeah, he looked pretty young.
So if he's in juvenile, that would make sense.
Times on Instagram, share it. So anyways,
everyone who hasn't liked the stream, please give the stream a like. And quick reminder that Magicus is doing this thing where every time you drop a 9/11 dono, in your message, you just have to include the words heaven or hell, not both, one of the two. And if you do
heaven,
he'll drink the Seagram's drink. If you do hell, he'll drink the nasty Cobes drink.
Yeah, you don't want to see this.
Drink
If
combo.
you pick heaven,
mud
he'll
water.
drink the bitch brew. If you pick hell, he'll drink the Buglum brew.
Buglum brew.
Thank y'all for all the
My
support.
stomach
Thank y'all
is already upset from this shit. It is not.
He's
good.
gonna shit his pants.
Yeah, you're gonna poo poo. It was curdled when you drank it.
Thank y'all for all the donations. Thank y'all for all the tweets. It really means a lot. It really means a lot. This pig department is attacking us heavily. And just today, there were pigs outside of our home.
Yeah, they were there, and this is why they ended up showing up. So here's some of the video from that.
Where's Yabe? Yabe.
I got some because the video was kind of that we tried to watch before was kind of messed up. We'll watch a little bit of this.
Huh? Okay, I got this, y'all. Okay.
You don't got it. You don't got it.
Hurry. Take your mask off and put the shoes on.
Take your mask off and put the shoes on.
Put your shoes on.
Was that a dog leash or a whip?
Let Keno go. What the hell? Come here.
I don't know why you would take your dog to go talk to the cops.
Yes. That's like the exact opposite of what you should do with your dog, because like the police will just shoot him.
UHURU.
Yeah. So there's that.
Stay right there.
So
it's ridiculously stupid to stream this too, by the way. Like, he's so obsessed with putting his shit out there that he decided to stream this.
Yeah, like, this would be the worst day of my life, and I would not want that on the internet for everyone to see fucking forever.
Right.
So, anyways.
Coming out.
I'll talk to him. Can he stop that? Could I just talk to him, please? Can he stop that? Please, that's scary.
I think you got somebody.
I'm saying, no, that is scary. I got it. Please, I got it. Please, I got it. Please. Please. These people have gone through so much in their lives. This is a lot. Please, we promise to bring them to something that is peaceful. Please.
Hey, whoever's on loudspeaker, can you just stop for 1 second?
Hello? Okay. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? I got them to get off the loudspeaker.
Can you hear me, DP?
They're not putting down their guns, but listen, we all came out.
He's so humble now. Isn't that funny how that works?
Yeah, I thought, what happened to the revolutionary, like, fuck everybody?
Yeah.
PD, is he gonna arrest me?
Got shot, apparently. The only person is Keno in handcuffs now?
I have no idea who that is or where he's at. I don't know what's going on with that
I
situation.
don't know. We've already had 2 other people come out. Everything's good. They're good.
Well, more than 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 people are out. Please.
Everybody's good, so they can come out. Listen to what I'm telling you, okay?
Yes.
Do we know?
This is when they're getting serious with him here too.
Do we know why the police were there in the first place? Like
they, I believe the victim made a call being like, I'm being held against my will.
Hell, so you don't need to be worried about going Facebook Live and Instagram Live. Let's just get them out of the house safely, okay?
My church is just calling me, and I just want to make sure that they know.
Your church?
I got you.
Okay.
That's funny because he was definitely an atheist at one point.
Let's get them out of the house safely, okay?
I got
Let's
you.
not worry about politics.
I'm not worried about politics. I'm on the phone
Cute,
with them right
cute
now.
little birdie.
Hello?
Ghazi and Christian are gonna be cellmates
I know,
now.
because I would, why would I film
I
now?
would watch that trauma. That'd be great.
Hello?
Put that on prime time.
Can y'all hear me? Hello? This is crazy.
We're going to build a
Okay,
new
there's a lot more.
America in Quickville. Gazi Kodzo, Quickville ethno state.
He responded. Did you see his response?
Maybe he meant church's chicken. That's a good, chat.
Oh my God.
Pretty sure I wouldn't have made that joke.
Yeah.
I'm just reading what the chat said, okay?
I think that bog water's gone to your head, Magicus.
Don't let his tail tap on the door.
Right, I should get more daiquiri to balance it out. Come on.
So there's the SWAT team there. It's like
We're about 3 Magicus swigs away from getting 50% of our goal. If you guys want to type 9/11 into the Dono Streamlabs,
Make
and
sure
then
you type heaven into that.
and then the word hell, it'll get Magicus to drink that bog water again.
Okay, y'all. So we're back. Sorry for the signal trouble. I think they keep kicking me off of the live. But as you see, laying back naughties out here. We have Yaya. I'm like,
there's some really young people living there.
Gabe. We have our comrades out here.
Indoctrination?
Full-blown
getting street
SWAT
kids off the
team
street
out
into your
here.
cult?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean,
yeah,
Charles
it's a good
Manson did it.
strategy.
Charles Manson had a bunch of young people.
Oh my God. Gazi
Full-blown.
Kodzo is on some new age Charles Manson shit right now.
In a way, yeah. Because Charles Manson's whole thing was that he wanted to start a race war. He wanted to make the Sharon Tate murders look like black people that did it. And he believed that there would be a race war and him and his followers were going to hide out in the desert and wait for it to complete. And he believed that the black people would win, but then they would need white people to lead them.
And now Ghazi is
Literally.
Ghazi's got this kid out here that killed, or supposedly allegedly killed himself in the house. And he's trying to lead us to believe the police did it.
Yeah.
To start a race war.
I don't. Yeah, something.
Wow.
He doesn't want to admit that he had anything to do with someone killing themselves.
Anyways, Joker has never been wrong about a human being so far.
This takes Helter Skelter and turns it into Hitler
So
Shitler.
anyways, long story short, one of the people that we house, but anyways, y'all.
Why
so
does
much
he keep
happening.
fucking turning around in a circle? Like,
Virgil's
can he-
calling you down for a tour or hell. Enjoy.
For a tour of hell.
Yes.
Go on down, Virgil's calling.
Devil May Cry shit.
Have yourself a little sip, Magicus.
I haven't had my coffee. But yeah, I do not want y'all to worry that I'm going to be all right. We are all going to be all right.
No, that's not happening.
No matter what happens.
I like my coffee like I like my
yeah.
ethno states, y'all.
I'm just
His underbite.
in a bit of a daze right now. So
You're in a bit of the jail right now.
Oof.
Kino, who was walking our dog or whatever, has been arrested for, I don't know, they said that he ran away when they saw him, but he probably did. I mean, there was like pigs out and stuff like that. How did you get Gugu? They brought Gugu to you?
How did you get Gugu, y'all?
I guess that's his dog.
Okay. Why were you handcuffed?
Magicus, if you drink any more 9/11 while I'm gone, let me know. But I have to go run to the little kids' room, do little kid things.
That sounds interesting.
Yeah. All right.
I think they thought that I was the one who called
Oh, okay.
It was a Dandy's Inferno reference. Uncultured swine. So what if they're basically the same story? Go to hell again.
What did I do? It's not fair.
Uncultured swine. There you go.
Oh, it's fucking gross. We're getting to like chunky bits. This is just terrible.
Drink combo tubes.
I must punish Magicus for not knowing
Another one.
Dandy's Inferno. To
Dante's
hell with you,
Inferno.
heathen.
It's basically like the same story. It's one's based on the other. It's not fair.
You know you got to go to hell before
Oh
you
my
get to heaven.
God.
Big
Egghead.
old jet airliner. Don't carry me too far
Fuck
away.
you, Egghead.
Oh,
That's not
the
nice.
big old jet airliner. Cause it's here that I've got to stay.
And I like that song. You ruined it for me now.
Now we're at 50%, guys. Thank you. How many more? Yep, yeah, there we go.
Ah, fucking awful. All right, we're good.
Is that it?
Yeah, we're
All
caught
right.
up.
This is a lot of activity.
By the way, I want to point this out really quick
Hey,
here.
you don't get to pick both. That's not how that works. You said hell first.
This story posted today, how Chipotle decided to close the only store where there was union representation. And I tweeted today that you should just eat at Chipotle or at Qdoba instead. And Qdoba liked it, and everyone chimed in how much better Qdoba is than Chipotle. I'm just saying. Some of us are we're not trendy. We like things because they're good, not because they're popular. I'm just saying. Like, I'm just saying.
This is a lot of activity.
All right, there was a story near, I think in Philadelphia that came out like a week or so ago, where like Starbucks was closing like one of their stores there because they cited like safety concerns, and it's like, no, we know the fucking reason that you closed that store is because they were about to fucking unionize there, and it's like the amount of people who just don't understand that and just were like posting, it's like, fucking liberals owned again. It's like, no, you fucking idiots. They're just cracking down on unions. That's their whole fucking thing right now. Also, Billy, you missed 3.
Yeah, there was 3.
Ooh, I knew.
We're at 50%.
I knew we'd get there while I went to PP. It's hard for people to donate hell when I am here because they feel obligated to be sweet boys, girls, and they thems.
You should donate heaven. Yes, I agree.
I didn't say that, but
you were feeling it. We're on the same vibe. I got you. All right.
And I know that my
So that was the whole like Cope stream after it stopped looking good.
That's most definitely what's up, Cope.
Here's a local news story about
Let's
it.
get to the next story developing right now. A young man found dead inside a Fayetteville home after someone calls 911 saying that they were being held hostage, and police showed up to investigate.
The question now is who fired the shot that killed the man. 11 Alive's Doug Richards is live for us this evening in that neighborhood tonight and just learned that this house doubled as a homeless shelter, Doug.
Oh, damn.
True, J. Bell, and there is some disagreement now, or at least some dispute, as to how culpable the police might have been in the shooting of the 19-year-old man who was actually in the house. Police say emphatically that they did not shoot and kill him. The homeowner tells me that he's not convinced. Did he take his own life?
No, he would never. He would never do that. He would never. They came in there, guns blazing.
Gazi Kodzo says he ministered.
The homeowner.
Nerd?
Homeowner.
Oh. So now, the entire initial call was the guy called to tell the police he was there on being held against his will.
Yes.
And the call came from the house. And now the police got there. And this must have been what they spent the money on, was this instead of the land out in Colorado. Put a down payment on this.
Yeah, they bought this
and
house.
Shelters homeless youth at his Fayetteville home, where police say they got an early morning call from a person alleging he had been kidnapped.
It looks like a pretty big house, so but I wonder how many people were living in there.
Hank Jill says the cops went in there buns glazing.
And that he had been kidnapped by an organization and couldn't talk and was whispering into the phone.
When police arrived,
boy and give you a heaven.
Oh.
Thank you. Shay Lamar, you my boy.
Make it happen.
Yes. Daiquiri time.
Yes, you are correct.
He would never take his own life. Even though he was the one that called the cops saying he was being held in hostage, y'all.
One man took into custody several others. Kodzo says he told police a 19-year-old who lived with him for a year was still inside.
I came outside. I talked to one of the officers. He was like, just get everyone to come outside.
And we can't see the video.
Oh, shit, my bad.
It's all right. I like to look at Magicus while Gazi Kodzo talks.
Look, I
Try to mouth the words.
Let's wash it down with hellfire.
Oh, Marcus Trinius. This is going to be a back and forth where people feel bad for you drinking the hellfire. So I give you a little 7 minutes in heaven.
Yeah,
7 sips in heaven.
All right.
That is, mentally different.
Yeah, we had indication from one of the individuals that came out that
I know Ghazi refrained from calling the cops pigs earlier. This guy Like looks like he's like
He
the
has a pig
human
nose.
version of a pig in a cartoon.
He has
you
a
know?
pig nose.
It's
and
like
pointed ears.
Like I'm not trying to call him like a pig to be derogatory. He just does kind of look like a humanized version of
like
a
a
cartoon
razorback.
pig.
A razorback.
Kinda, yeah.
Because the haircut and the pointed ears, he is very pig-like.
He looks like Mayo Pumbaa.
Oh, here's another one.
Go to heaven, monocle. Yes.
Did you ever find it ironic that Kevin Bacon kind of has a pig nose? You ever
He
notice
does
that?
kind of have a pig nose.
Isn't that ridiculous?
That's funny.
Yeah.
One person left inside the house when he came out.
Police sent in a robot which indicated a sound of a gunshot.
I can't believe
Police say
Magic's got
they didn't
wasted off this shit.
fire the shot. Kodzo says he's not convinced.
So from that, spiraled this.
And again, police say it is unclear who fired the shot, but they say that their officers did not fire it. Kodzo says that the young man did not have a weapon of his own in the house, and that the 19-year-old didn't take his own life.
He didn't have a weapon of his own, but we've known that the Black Hammer people have they have guns.
Yeah.
They're
packing heat.
We know this. They literally had the police report out in Colorado that said they legally had guns on them. So
Yeah.
somebody in the house might have had a gun.
That he was alone in the house at the time.
And usually the police wouldn't shoot unless they saw a gun.
Usually.
Yeah.
We don't know the whole story, but we do. we do
I know
know
Ghazi's a liar.
Yeah, we do know Ghazi's
the
a liar.
footage, Ghazi's own video footage showed the police didn't seem like they were being overly aggressive at all. Like, all things considered, it looked like it was a fairly calm situation, so
and
they weren't there guns blazing like he said, or at least it didn't look like it.
We do know Ghazi.
Maybe he was already dead before the police got there.
I think we'd figure that out with the coroner.
Very likely the case.
It's possible. We'd figure it out. But Ghazi is obviously soaking this up for attention as well. Like, Ghazi's loving being on the camera. If you owned a house where something like this was going down, you would legally not want to be on camera talking about any of this shit.
Nope.
But he can't help it because he's an attention whore.
This is an investigation
Influencer
that is
weirdo.
obviously still ongoing.
The question you have to ask is, like, who do you trust less, Ghazi or the police? And the answer is, I don't fucking know. It's like, I don't think I trust either of them with
I trust the police more, and that's because most of the police are just doing their stupid jobs all day long and are scared to lie because once they lie, they have to go under investigation. Most of them, the ones that do lie and are corrupt, it's a smaller amount. They get covered up by all the other ones that are scared they'll be under the microscope, and that's the big problem.
Here's the list of charges. And by the way, when it says sodomy, it means like rape, like essentially gay rape is what it is.
Is that? Did they break it down?
Yeah, that's.
Oh God, because I know there's like what 16 states that still have sodomy laws.
Yeah, but I mean, like, if Georgia, if just like having gay sex was illegal in Georgia, then like a ton of people in Atlanta would be getting arrested.
I know it was illegal back in the day.
Of course it was.
Like 20 years ago.
So was interracial marriage, was it 20?
Pretty sure sodomy was illegal in 20 years ago. I don't know if they actually did ever flip it. It's always just don't ask, don't tell when it comes to that. John S. says, what the fuck did Billy just say?
I mean,
I don't
gay
even know.
marriage is legal
I don't remember.
federally, so they can't make gay sex illegal.
You can be gay married, but you can't have gay sex.
Well, I mean,
No,
the
that's
Supreme
not true.
Court
Sex
might
is an
have something to say
expectation of
about all of those
marriage.
things, so we don't know if the fucking court would actually protect, your right to gay marry or interracial marry or fucking,
Well, I mean,
do it in the butthole.
as it stands now, it's
Two charges of part in street gang activity, aggravated assault, 2 charges of kidnapping, 2 charges of false imprisonment, 2 charges of conspiracy to commit a crime.
It's crazy. Like, I wonder what the conspiracy to commit a crime was. False imprisonment and kidnapping, aggravated assault, street gang activity. Like, what did they find in there? Like, they found some shit in there.
Is this Ghazi's real name?
Yes, Augustus Romaine.
The middle name Clandius?
Yep. Augustus Clandius Romaine.
Okay, that sounds like
It's very Latin, like Roman, like literally like Roman, like a Roman emperor's name.
That's a wild name.
Yeah.
Honest Red says sodomy includes oral. They call that ass to mouth. Honest Red.
I think in this,
You never go ass to mouth unless it's in the heat of the moment.
Yeah.
He's a Klans member and a Roman.
Yeah. Here's his cool guy mugshot.
This is a guy named Augustus.
Yeah. The Roman Emperor Augustus.
What's up, Gus?
That's where we get the month of August's name from.
Augustus.
Yeah, there used to be a 10-month year in October. OCT October was the final month of the year, and then they added 2 more months. July for Julius Caesar and August for Augustus Caesar. Or no, I said 8 months. I meant 10 months. December was
the oct.
Yeah. Or DEC. DEC stands for 10. I'm an idiot. Yeah, there was a 10-month year.
It's because October's the 10th month now because they added the 2.
Right.
That's
right.
where your
I got
mistake
confused.
We don't question you when you make mistakes like this because you're notoriously a big smoker of marijuana.
Oh yeah.
And that's just Ben having a weeder moment. It's good.
Yeah.
It's good.
That's what I meant to say.
Yeah. Ruby Rod. Is that Millie or Vanilli? This is this does look a lot like Millie Vanilli with the hair like this.
I'm genuinely asking this. I see someone said the Romans always had a 12-month calendar. What were the other 2 months that the Romans used before they had July and August? Because they couldn't have had it before those. Because those 2 months were named after 2 Roman emperors. All right, let's.
The 2 months were actually racial slurs, so we changed them to July and August.
So did you see this, Billy? I'd like to hear your defense. of this.
Chipotle closes store where workers filed to form company's first union.
Disgusting anti-union tactics by the most mediocre
Boo,
restaurant.
Chipotle.
Boo.
Not boo earned. Boo.
Boo.
Where is this?
And by the way, I tweeted this article. And I said you should just eat at Qdoba instead, and Qdoba liked the tweet.
They did?
Yeah. And Jeff Holiday was in there. I don't like he was saying Qdoba objectively, unironically better than Chipotle.
That's interesting. I wonder. You know what I think it is? You know what I honestly think it is? I think your taste buds are so used to
good food.
Yeah, exactly. You've had you've had so much good food that when you go out and you eat a food that is like a fast food, you can't tell the difference in the fast food because it's so far below the regular food you eat every day. And
You're
me,
not exactly selling this.
what do you mean? I'm a common man.
You make some of the worst arguments.
I can tell the difference between Chipotle and Qdoba because
You're lying.
I
You're
grew up
lying.
in the streets.
When we were eating it
every
here,
moment.
you said it's basically the same.
Basically the
I
same.
will say Qdoba is better.
I will say
marginally better.
I eat Chipotle a lot, and I eat Qdoba fairly little. I've had Qdoba maybe like less than a dozen times.
Yeah.
And I've had Chipotle probably 100 times.
I think it's time to
200
support
times.
Qdoba because they treat their workers right.
Do they?
Yes.
Are we sure they do?
Yeah.
Or are we just saying Chipotle closed down a store
There's-
for unionization?
There's no instances of Qdoba union busting, and also there's all that like child labor shit that Chipotle went through too.
In certain locations, right?
Of course, there's locations all over the country.
Here's
But
the
yeah,
thing.
I think it was in New York. They were like overworking minors more hours than they should be working.
I used to stand in picket lines when I was a little kid. I was raised by union workers. My mother was
Listen to this.
union. My father was union.
This is like a campaign speech you're making.
I would
right
consistently be down on the front lines holding signs on strike.
So how can you support Chipotle then?
Yeah,
Well,
come on.
because even with all that said, it's better than Qdoba.
It's not.
It is.
It's not.
It is. Am I going to go to Chipotle anytime soon? Probably not. I'll probably not have Chipotle for at least another week or two. They're going to feel this one.
They're going to feel this one in their pocketbooks.
Yep. Honest Richards, he stole this story from Paul's ego. Get Tobits magazine, 1990. There's a picture of me and my sister on the picket lines in the Tobits magazine for the Boilermakers Union. I do not steal stories. I simply embellish for entertainment purpose on occasion.
I'm sticking with Wendy's Nation here, man.
This is Black Hammer's official statement on what happened.
On
it's
July 19th?
Yeah, and it's blaming the cops. I guess July... Well, the article came out July 20th.
Yeah.
So,
on the morning of Tuesday, July 19th, 2022, the Fayetteville Police Department, SWAT, and the FBI ambushed the Atlanta headquarters of the Black Hammer Party. By the end of the day, one hammer was shot and killed by the police. His name is AP, our party's Minister of Defense, who owned no guns, by the way.
Yeah.
He did not own guns, as Ghazi said on the news. And he's the Minister of Defense at 19 years old.
Yeah, that's an interesting... wasn't he like homeless too? He had no experience.
But he was the oldest one in the house. So he was in charge of defense without guns. Even though he seems to have had one purportedly. So I'll go up above a little because there was... and he was 19 years old, and this isn't the first time a revolutionary movement was attacked via mind, propaganda, body our soldiers, and spirit the people. Now he's going to compare the Black Hammer movement to Marcus Garvey.
Yeah.
Marcus Garvey was a Jamaican revolutionary who founded the Universal Negro Improvement Association, UNIA. He was responsible for creating the largest African-American organization in history, having millions of members across the world. Africans in the U.S., Africans in Panama, Africans in Ghana,
Maybe
everywhere.
we should skip this part, because why? Like, this is just trash.
This is Ghazi comparing a 19-year-old homeless kid that he took in to probably exploit, and his
Sounds like it.
and his untimely death, comparing it to Marcus Garvey. This is a delusion of grandeur.
Yeah. So, I mean, the gist of it is that they blame the police. They say the police killed him. The point that they make here. And the videos are like, the cops are like, get everyone out. You need to tell everyone to come out of the house. So, like Jeff Holiday was saying, it sounds like Ghazi got someone killed. And if he's found guilty of even one of these, he's going away.
I mean,
if he's found guilty of all of them, we won't be seeing Ghazi for a long time.
So wait, if the guy was shot, they can do forensics to tell like what kind of gun the bullet was shot from.
Of course.
So like they'll know if it was a fucking police gun or if it was one of their rifles in the house that shot him.
But if you look at the article we just read, if you read further, it's them saying, one thing we know, y'all, pigs lie. Pigs lie, y'all. Don't believe it. This is the same thing Amber Heard's people did after they lost. They said, one thing we know is that men lie, abusers lie, and the abusers won. This is what people do to appeal to emotions because they no longer have logic or fact on their side.
I mean, the abuser is still lying, but...
Of course, but it was her team trying to say that Johnny Depp did. They were appealing to emotion because logic and fact was no longer on their side. We don't know all this story here.
It's always like those kind of accusations are always an appeal to emotion because they try to get people to just buy into it at face value. And that's why it's so effective. That's why it was so effective and got him in trouble on so many different levels. And it took someone with Johnny Depp level money to be able to fight something like that. Not most people who are victims of that kind of false accusations, they can't do anything about it.
Honest Red said, good news, the police investigated themselves and found themselves not guilty. I'm not sure, Honest Red, if you're seriously like on the side of Ghazi here. And if you are, interesting. I would like to have a conversation with you about this sometime soon. That being said, the cops were the ones that asked Ghazi to leave Colorado and said they legally were carrying guns and they left without any problem. That police report that the cops said in Colorado that was a regular cop police report.
Why would you trust what the cops are saying?
Like, I'm not saying it's impossible that like the police did it. Like, I am just saying from the footage that Ghazi showed us from the scene, they didn't seem like they were being particularly aggressive. So I'm not sure who to believe, but I probably side more with believing the police in this case.
I'm believing
Ghazi is not trustworthy whatsoever.
I'm believing the police and the fact that someone called saying they were in the house being held hostage.
Yeah.
And then somebody who supposedly called was dead.
Yeah.
And so that tells me that I'm not going to side with police lie, but I'm not going to be surprised if there's some evidence that proves it happened.
So here's I'm looking these up by statute. So here's the first charge.
Sodomy. Aggravated sodomy. A person commits the offense of sodomy when he or she performs or submits to any sexual act involving the sex organ of one person in the mouth or anus of another. So this is just straight up sodomy law. This isn't non-consensual.
Yeah. Most people were saying it had to do... but it is... Maybe it's not aggravated. It's not listed as aggravated, is it?
No.
I don't think...
This is 16.6.2. This is 16.6-2 too, though.
Yep. I don't know. I'm not a lawyer, so I don't see how like those kind of acts can be illegal when they've already ruled on that at the highest level.
I am a lawyer, but I told
You're not.
myself many years ago that I would never argue sodomy laws in public.
Uh-huh.
I made myself a promise after the events.
You appointed yourself a lawyer, kind of like
after the events of 2007.
Well, kind of like Jared's black belt, basically.
Except that I could easily defend somebody in a court of law.
No, you couldn't. You don't even know how it works.
Well, I legally am allowed to.
You are legally allowed to, yes.
Yes.
I don't know if you can represent yourself.
That's somebody.
But you are something else.
I'm using the lawyer tactics right now.
But yeah, you have to pass the bar to represent other people.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
There's obviously a lot that goes into being a lawyer.
Yeah.
More than goes into being a black belt, I think.
Way more. Way more. So
just remember how well it went for Trumpster Bob when he tried to be his own lawyer. Just don't.
He's free, isn't he?
This is this is street gang and terrorism. I wonder what the I wish it was a little easier to skim through.
It never is, but I was reading, my cousin got locked up the other day, and I was reading his charges, and I was getting deep into this, and you can go far into all of these charges and still not get a real look at what was done, because they cover like about 7 different things with each charge.
I wanted to know what the like what type of sentencing you would expect for like a first offense. Is he gonna get like a year or 2, or is he gonna get like 10 years?
If there's evidence of
kidnapping, I think is pretty serious.
If there's evidence of him actually holding hostage, kidnapping, and having
false imprisonment,
if there's actual evidence proving that, the one thing that might side with Ghazi on this one is that it seems that unless somebody else in the house was the one that made the call, that it seems like the person with the evidence against him is no longer with us, and that's good for Ghazi's favor.
Well, we have to look at what happened to him, because maybe he was already dead when the cops showed up.
Yeah, like it's not impossible that like they shot him to cover up some like even worse shit that they did.
He's not being charged with murder at this point, though. So
we
I don't know.
Yeah, maybe they're still collecting evidence in that.
Oh man, yes, they're definitely still collecting evidence at this point.
It's possible that could be added at some point.
It was a couple days ago. Yeah. if they found evidence of it, if they could prove it came
Especially
from
if they're saying that like the police didn't do it, well, somebody fucking shot him, and there's probably going to be some good ballistics evidence to suggest who might have done it. So.
He definitely could have shot himself, as they're claiming.
I
right?
mean, that's possible, but it's also something the ballistics might give you a good idea as to whether that's even believable.
Did the police say it was a suicide though, or was that just word coming out of the house?
You know, there was a Daily Beast story about it.
Infamous cult leader arrested after dead body found in home. Gazi Kodzo loves dressing as the Joker and once said Anne Frank was a Karen.
And on Tuesday, cops found a dead man in his house. So did he was already dead when the cops came in? Like, they need to figure out.
Well, that's what the cops are claiming.
The
right?
autopsy has to come back and tell us when they think he died.
Yeah.
I don't know how accurate that is.
The autopsies?
Yeah, is it down to the minute or is it down to the hour?
I think it's usually within a few hours.
I think there's certain points where they can tell if it's been longer than 15 minutes, longer than 2 hours, based off the body and the functions that have gone cold or coagulated.
Yeah.
Far-left activist Gazi Kodzo rose to internet notoriety last year when a series of bizarre online announcements he made as the leader of a fringe communist group called the Black Hammer Organization. Kodzo's online declarations include the claim that Holocaust victim Anne Frank was a whiny Karen, seemed designed to go viral as proof of left-wing activists out of control, and earned mentions from Fox News and other conservative outlets. But on Tuesday, Black Hammer, dubbed a cult by some former members, culminated in tragedy that morning. An anonymous caller in the suburban Atlanta home rented by Black Hammer contacted police to report they were being held against their will. When police searched the home, they ordered Kodzo and 9 other people outside. In the house, they found an 18-year-old man named Amante T. Ammons, dead of what police call an apparent self-inflicted gunshot wound to the head.
So their initial report was self-inflicted.
Yeah.
But I guess we'll have to see as more information comes in. Yeah. So everyone like the stream if you haven't already. It's been a good show so far. We're going to switch gears in a moment here. I want to remind you, if you send in a 9/11 and include the word hell, Magicus will drink the nasty...
Or heaven,
Hold on. I'm explaining it, Drunky. All right, so if you send in the word hell, he'll drink the gross Mudwater King Cobra style drink combo. And if you send in the word heaven, he'll drink the tasty strawberry daiquiri.
Yep.
And if you send in the word come, he'll come on again next month and do some great drinking things.
Oh, I thought he was gonna drink something else. Shit. Here we go. We're gonna check out something interesting.
But
disappear.
Cloud disappear.
I'm still waiting for Honest Red's promo about his intentions.
I think I have to talk with Honest Red about it because he wanted some guidance.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we just want... Well, I don't want Honest Red... I just want Honest Red to kind of give us a preview of his intentions going into the match. Is he going to call it down the middle? Does he think maybe he might pull some shenanigans? And then... just a summary without giving too much away.
I heard in the rumor mill that he's gonna unfairly give the win to Egghead so that he can come back and take the belt from Egghead himself. That was from the rumor mill.
He could do that.
That was from the rumor mill.
What if Egghead attacks the ref instead of the other guy? That's possible. It could be an underhanded move.
Are we going to disqualify Egghead because he spends the entire time talking about Honest Red?
That used to be a cheap finish back in the day. You know what? For a second there, I was like, man, maybe I'll get Andy Dick to do a cameo promo against Egghead, but it's way too expensive and unreliable.
Oh yeah, I bet. I wonder what it's like.
Yeah, Egghead. I was gonna get drunk ass Andy Dick to like talk shit about Egghead, but it's just too expensive.
What if you got like Jeff Holiday to do like an Andy Dick voice and just
Can he?
Do it? I don't know. Maybe we should ask.
I don't
I think it'd be cool.
So when we did our last episode with Jeff Holiday, I didn't mention this. There was like a crazy person in the chat. We were talking about Ghazi, calling us like grifters and stuff. I did not recognize them. They were like, they came in randomly. They were like really mad about stuff that we were saying about
Seemed
Ghazi.
like an anti-Jeff Holiday guy because
it wasn't a guy.
It wasn't a guy. It was a girl.
Do you know who I'm talking
No,
about?
no.
Okay.
But I saw Jeff fighting with somebody in the chat.
I don't. That was probably.
So
a
I
different
thought
person.
there was someone. Okay, I thought someone was shitting on Jeff Holiday in the chat because there seemed to be some weird shit going down.
No,
during that.
unrelated. So I went to this person's channel because they were saying crazy stuff, and they are crazy. They are like. At first, I thought maybe they were a troll, but then I realized it's 2022, and most people like this aren't trolls. They're like genuine, and this person is weird. Yeah, they're a woman, and I want to play for you some of their videos. So check this out.
Hey you! Hey you! Do you know that you are a energetic lightweight being with a soul? This creature of light, a light being made in the image
This
of
person
God.
was in our chat.
Yeah, like.
Can we get them on the show?
Hold on, listen to what they're saying.
That is an incredible artist. The Dark Force knows interdimensionally, and they're trying to take us down. Are you ready to step into that power? Interdimensionally, they know you have it. Do you? That Dark Force, those evil magic people, all those warlocks, all those Illuminati, they want to get you. So you gotta learn how to keep them away. Well, no more. We now have the course to learn how to raise our consciousness and
So she's peddling like some kind of coursework
I think we have an opponent for Tila Tequila
to
in Actual
raise your
Mania.
consciousness.
You know, I was gonna like shit on the fucking vertical frame here, but it actually works with the fucking production value of this video. So like,
Well, vertical-
Is it going to
I
be a
can
spit
accept
swap
it.
and make out match?
Vertical. Oh God. Vertical cameras are actually what the kids watch everything on nowadays.
truly fight the
We're boomers for
evil.
calling out the the horizontal cameras are a boomer thing. Magicus.
Reset Wars.
Reset Wars! Yo! Are you ready to recognize your power and start affecting the world and your awakened consciousness?
If I would have saw this like 8 years ago, I would have thought this is a troll. But I watched some of her other videos too, and they're out there.
You don't know?
I think it should be this girl versus Tila Tequila, and the winner gets to be Elon Musk's next baby mama.
Join the fight.
Probably JF's next baby mama.
Learn how to become truly
Now, this is like,
awakened in your mind.
I can't wait till Tila Tequila gets knocked up by Elon Musk.
Go to it today so we can
He's going through every woman in America.
ready for the fight.
She loves Alex Jones.
That Sting and the Power Rangers?
There's another show. This was lit.
The amount of ADHD and autism that is spewing out of the screen right now has
Very litty.
It has me completely engaged with this video.
You love it.
Yeah.
It speaks to you.
I have no idea what she's saying. I think I'm being hypnotized.
Alex, I love you. Throw off all of this evil and become truly awakened with Reset Wars Core.
Reset Wars. She's like advertising Alex Jones, basically.
Is Reset Wars an Alex Jones thing now?
I guess.
I feel like if she did Reset Wars, I kind of want to watch it now. Like, she's selling me very well in this.
Is this just InfoWars style selling the Great Reset? Is that what they're...
It's a Reset Wars testimonial video is what she calls this.
I'm so...
Help me to go to beyond. Are you ready to go beyond?
Are you ready to go beyond?
I know I was. And it was awesome.
Priscilla. Oh, she's giving out her gab. You see her sitting there looking all fashionable? Wow. She's a fucking nutcase.
Yeah, she's got a Buaxual mania, I think, versus Tila Tequila, because this is special. And she was in here trolling around because we were talking about Ghazi?
Yeah, she was like, you guys don't know anything. Like, she was saying some weird stuff. I can't remember it word for word.
No, like, I kind of feel like maybe she's right. Maybe we don't know things. We need to find out.
I think she was probably in here. She's probably a big fan of Baked Alaska because he was in the thumbnail.
She didn't say anything about Baked Alaska, though. She was saying we didn't know shit about
Ghazi,
like the Ghazi situation, and that we were grifters and stuff like that.
Well,
so
even a broken clock is right twice a day.
I got one more video of her. If we're saving the rest for actual main, she doesn't have many videos, so I'm gonna play this one. This is
COVID. Have we checked out her TikTok?
I think she has one, yeah. So I guess, yeah, there are more videos over
Okay.
there, depending. I don't know how many she has over there. I don't know what this music. Oh, you know what? I think the music, she actually made up a song for this.
I want to hook her up with King Cobra.
I am Vice Pres Kamala. My
She would not be interested in King
Dara
Cobra.
smiles and never frowns. Soon I will be president. Human rights will soon go away.
So this is about like how human rights is going away because of COVID stuff. Because she's very like anti-vax.
I will be Führer one day. I will command all of you. Your kids will be vaccinated in schools. Your kids will be vaccinated in schools. COVID-19 over Alice. COVID-19 Alice.
She has the voice of an angel, right?
Over Alice. COVID-19.
Maybe.
Over Alice. COVID.
She has a voice of somebody taking anal.
Med fascists will control you. 100% GMO. You'll mask up your master race and always stay in your happy place.
Yeah, she is.
She's punk rock, right?
She is top tier terrible.
I like how the fucking "Don't Tread on Me" flag is like hanging, sideways instead of like, so you can read it.
Right.
And happen here. Big growing white horse is near. The jab will.
I want to. What do we do, guys? I want to start an internet fight with her, so we have months and months of her going back and forth with us. What's the best way to trigger her into a
Probably
response?
on like somewhere on. She might be on Twitter. She might be on Instagram. She might be on.
Got to get video responses from her for the content.
Well, clearly
Holy
she's on
crap.
TikTok, so maybe try that.
The fact that she was here in our chat trying to defend Ghazi, she's a lol cow. She's a fantastic lol cow.
I was like, who the fuck is this idiot? And I clicked on it, and the channel came up, and I'm like, who is this? And then later on after the show, I watched some of these videos, and I was like, holy shit, and I downloaded them immediately.
You say, mellow out or you will pay. Mellow out or you will pay. COVID-19 over Alice. COVID-19 Alice. Over Alice. COVID-19 over Alice.
God. Honest Francis, I know the perfect opponent for her. Let us know, because right now I'm thinking her versus Tila Tequila, but
Tila Tequila, she's a veteran. She hasn't been performing too well lately, but
she's got a whole new look lately. She's been getting funded somewhere.
I don't know. Yes,
because when we first,
Social Security.
when we were talking to her, watching her for a while, she looked ragged. She was going through it, and now she's got an outfit every video. I think she's probably got a sugar poppy somewhere. I mean, it's obvious this woman is a corporate shill. She's obviously a corporate shill that's been put through predictive programming to become a carbon copy of every other numbskull out there. But I'd love for her to say some of the shit she said in the chat to my face. Make a video, you loser weirdo.
I thought like TikToks were generally short. This feels like it's going on forever.
I think they extended the length of the average TikTok video.
Yeah, they go up to like, I think, 4 minutes now.
Yeah.
Maybe 10 minutes.
Really, 10?
They might have a 10 minute.
It is 1984, and they can knock at your front door.
No, they can't.
They can knock.
It's the COVID-19 police. They have come for your vaccinated needs.
Has anybody made the reference COVID 1984 yet?
Right there.
She didn't put the two together, right? She just said this is 1984. They come and knock at your door. Then she said COVID-19. But it didn't take me this long to realize COVID 1984 works.
That's pretty genius.
COVID-84.
COVID 1984.
You look nice as a drawstring lamb. Don't you worry, it's only a shower. For your clothes is a pretty flower. Die on organic poison gas.
I can't believe that she thinks it was the right thing to do to sing this whole piece of shit song. I would have given up.
It might be good if they got someone who was good at singing to sing it, but
I mean, that's what most songs are, right? Like, if you put Aretha Franklin on the microphone to sing something King Cobra wrote, it's gonna come out sounding decent.
I think her video would be massively improved if she had uploaded it without audio.
Ready hatch. You'll croak, you little clown. When you mess with President Harris. Oops, I meant, President Biden.
Oh my God. She's so bad.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's next. Yeah, that's there's more too.
Yeah, people keep bringing up Jello Biafra because this is the Dead Kennedy song.
Yeah,
this is originally a Dead Kennedy song.
Yeah, Jello Biafra could do it.
This is Bill Cosby's Jello Biafra.
Jello Biafra.
Pudding pills in your drink. Pudding. Jello pudding. I do a horrible Bill Cosby impression.
I shall return.
I do a horrible Bill Cosby impression verbally, Magicus, but I do a fantastic Bill Cosby impression in the bedroom.
Oh, fuck. I don't think you should have said that.
No, probably not. Ben wasn't mic'd up, but as I said that and he walked out, he said, "Oh my God." Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of inappropriate ages. If it's past your bedtime, I want you to know I'm not going to be scolding you. I expect you to stay up late tonight, but make up for it tomorrow in school. Have a nice, healthy breakfast. Last thing you want to do is face the day with an empty stomach.
No, I think the last thing you want to do is drink this shit before you go to bed.
Dude, you got bog vomit.
Yeah, like that is not gonna make it easy to go to sleep tonight.
Is your tum-tum hurting?
It doesn't feel great.
Are you going to be doing diarrheas, you think?
There is definitely a non-0% chance of that, yes.
Pipe smoking lemur says, "Scold me. Scold me as if a kid said the darndest thing." Maybe we should stop now. The Bill Cosby jokes are done. 1984 is the only book DTOM flag owners know besides the Bible and the Constitution, which they think is a book. I stayed at a hotel that was off the grid. It was really cheap, and we decided to stay there because it was like cheaper than anything else near the area. And we go in, and it's like a mobile park, and it looks ragged. It looks like, you know, it was everything was clean inside, but it was aged, and you'd know it came around in better days, probably the 60s. Nice people running the place. We got in, and like there's constitutions all over the wall, and there were constitutions rolled up on the bed. And I was like, oh, okay. I know where we're at. We appreciate the Constitution here today. And that's why it's cheaper than Red Lion Hotel and or Motel 6. Ooh, farts for Pimp Monk. Oh, yeah. Billy, what's the chances she's into Panel? She actually does kind of have not a direct, but a slight Sydney Watson vibe.
I think the upper 80s. I think
she does seem a lot like Sydney Watson, and Sydney Watson was the reason I started talking about Panel on this podcast. She just looked like the type of woman that screamed she was into Panel. And I know as a man, I wouldn't be mansplaining, but I'm man projecting. But I just call it as I see it. Some people think I should be canceled for that. One day I probably will be. But until then.
I mean, you technically are one of the people that has said that you should be canceled.
Yes. I'm probably the only person strong enough to cancel me. I'm like the Hitler. I'm like the Hitler of cringe. The only man able to take me out of this business will be me. Eugenia Puny. Yeah, we're getting a combo of Sydney Watson and Eugenia Cooney here. That's kind of funny. Frank Biggie says Parker
like
Posey Parker vibes. One day, one glorious day. She has a bad dragon in her house. John S.
Yeah, I believe that.
I'm like the Hitler of cringe.
I'm like the Hitler.
I will be the one to take me out. I'm the only man that will go down in history saying, I took Billy the Fridge out of the cringe game. It's that simple. Hitler was the only man in history to kill Hitler, and I'll be the only man in history to keep me from cringing. I'll take me out of the game altogether.
So, in a few here, we're going to wrap up this stream. If anyone else wants to contribute and make Magicus finish that drink, drink the bottom of it with all the good, like, chunky bits in the bottom.
Or
No.
you could send me off on a high note. Heaven is an option. You could pick that.
If I died in your arms tonight, must have been.
And then
something you
after this
said.
episode, I think we're gonna do a booking committee, but I don't think we're gonna do a stream of it this time. We're just gonna for all the people who want to meet in the
Discord.
in the Discord.
Descent unto hell. Magic.
Descend into hell, Magicus. How many?
God.
Are we able to do in the Discord? Are we able to do a platform thing where they have stages in there now?
They do have stages in there.
Do
now.
we have a stage set up? Everybody like a $10 level could listen in the stages to it. I don't know if that's set up or not.
It's not set up.
Oh, okay.
Or hold on, let me see. Maybe it is.
Boom, boom, ain't it great to be crazy? Pipe Smoking Lemur says, I think DP viewers are generally broke people. I don't think so.
What do you mean?
We get a lot of love and support from DP viewers. I think that, we take all kinds here. Pipe Smoking Lemur says, I don't think we're exactly the upper class. And that's different.
The upper class is a totally different thing.
Because you know who are not upper class but spend tons of money? Juggalos.
Okay.
DP fans are like the juggalos of intelligence.
Let's see. I'm gonna see if I can set this up.
Dusty's showing off his cloaca. A little sicko.
I hate King Cobra. This was the worst.
You love
idea.
King Cobra.
Yeah, you love King Cobra so much you did the Cobra cocktail.
I beat him in my first fucking appearance in Actual Mania along with Spec.
Yeah, but that was a tag team match against a dummy and a ventriloquist doll.
Yeah. I think that was the one I fucking ate frozen pizza rolls.
Nom nom.
So we'll do like $10 patrons or
Yeah.
or $5.
Who usually watches those? Is it 10 or 5?
I think it's 10.
Okay, we'll do 10, and everybody who's 10 and above can go into Discord and the stage and listen in, and then we'll have...
Yeah, I'm setting that up right now.
We'll have the $25 and above patrons come in and talk with us about the booking committee. It'll be a good time. Great oldies, 97.3 KBSG.
I've never done this before, so we'll see.
Hopefully it'll work. Yeah, if it doesn't work, we'll come back and, I don't know, whip out our apology card. You guys will accept it because you love us. And if I'm wrong about that, then we'll go to war. And I don't think you want to go to war with me.
I don't know how it works. Like, permissions.
Last time I went to war, there was Nuremberg trials afterwards. It's not true. I'll show you an adult situation. Chet Lemon, are you threatening us with a pee-pee pick? We don't need that. Family. Yeah, Dusty's stripping right now. If you can't figure it out, it was a good try. I just thought it might work.
Hold on. Come on, Magicus.
Don't make us juggalos unionize. Wow. Wouldn't that be great if that's what got unions back, is if juggalos became a union and unionized in every line of work they do, so you couldn't just shut down one Chipotle because juggalos work all over the United States?
Okay, I don't know if this is working.
Billy fled to South America, changed his name to Bilario Frigis.
Actually,
that's not true.
I think this is it.
It's not true at all. I never fled.
Bellario.
They call me Memo. I was known in South America as Memo Enorme. When I fled the Chipotle Wars. It's a black cowboy hat with turquoise beads. That's cute.
In the future, all restaurants are Taco Bell.
Cobra's got a new hat with turquoise beads, Magicus. How's that make you feel?
It makes me feel like I fucking hate him for doing these stupid drink combos.
What? Biarrio.
I still have a nicer wand than King Cobra does, though.
I got so ridiculously wasted the other night.
It does, but here it is, right here. I'm showing.
Is that a
showing
vape
the
pen?
chat my wand.
What do you do with that? Scratch your asshole?
I mean, sometimes, but most of the time I just use it to curse myself.
Dusty the Cockatiel is really showing off this cloaca hardcore. If y'all are into birds, then it's fucking bird season. About to get the bird flu from that wet ass.
Yeah, I'm not sure how this works, so I'm just gonna abort this.
Abort!
I'm gonna have to learn.
Whoa, you can't do that. You don't have a right to abort things anymore, Ben.
We're in
Come
Seattle.
on.
We got Washington State's going to have that right.
Yeah, that's not going
Washington
away
State's
here.
actually going to give you the right to abort up until the child's 9 years old.
All right. So I think we're going to wrap this show up. Thanks to everyone who watched, who helped us get to 54% of our goal. We'll be back on Saturday to meet the goal and give you a wonderful show. Magicus, any parting words before we wrap it up?
I don't know what day, if it's going to be tomorrow or Saturday, but I will be streaming more Magic since I usually do it Thursday. So, I started Pauper. Pauper's been really fun.
Magicus, I double dog dare you to fly out to Seattle tomorrow night and hang out Sunday at the Magic Command Fest with me.
It'd be a little expensive to just overnight a fucking
Spend
flight
the money, dude. Sell some Magic cards. Come over and hang out with us. Do it. Come in for Saturday's show and then stay for Sunday and play Magic cards with me.
We'll do it sometime. I don't know exactly
Do
when.
it. Do it.
We'll
do it now.
Find a time.
I'm telling you, it's gonna be the best.
I think you procrastinated a little too
It's gonna be the
much on
best.
that.
No, I thought about telling him earlier. We talked about it last month. I was like, no, I'm gonna force him into doing it last minute.
That's a terrible plan.
It's a great plan.
All right. Good night, everybody.
Bye-bye.
In the beginning, there was nothing. And then there was the Drunken Peasants Podcast.
Drunken Peasants. Drunken Peasants. Drunken Peasants. Drunken Peasants. From the strangest corners of the internet, gonna get TP'd by Billy and Ben. You know where you can find them at. Get ready, cause they're gonna kick your... Drunken Peasants. Drunken Peasants. Drunken Peasants. Drunken Peasants.